Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NFL edition, episode 60. I am one of your hosts, Alex Loosemore. Sorry, I was trying to share the show and it was being difficult. It's all good now, so we're rolling. We got a busy show for you guys tonight. We're going to talk the whole Sunday ticket deal with that NFL Plus. We've got a guest on tonight. I'll go through the news. Obviously, the big news was the Kyler Murray extension today. As you can see on the bottom there, Josh Rosen signed with the Browns. We'll get into all this later on. Talk everyone else getting their throwbacks and why the Bucs are waiting until next year. And a little Johnny Explains segment on what all these spring leagues have in common. We'll get into that and how they all relate to the NFL. If you guys like what we're doing, like, share, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, retweet it on Twitter. Misador, thank you for tuning in. Says Kyle Rudolph in Tampa. Boom, that is going to be big. Yes, we will discuss that in a little bit here with our guest, Lewis Taggert, writer for Bucs Report. And we'll go through a bunch of Bucs topics, Rudolph being the main one, obviously. I'm going to start off with a few things here. So I'm a gamer. I play Madden. I get it pretty much every year. Every year I debate not getting it, and then I end up getting it. Christopher Cole says, hey, what's up, everyone? I was just looking for you guys. Yeah, it didn't want to load on Facebook right away, but it's working now. So hopefully it stays that way. So like I was saying, I'm a big Madden guy. The ratings just got released for most positions. I'm not a big, this guy was a 96, he should be a 97 kind of guy. I'm more based on where they're ranked. I kind of pay more attention to that. So I got a few here. We'll start with the wide receivers. To me, I guess if you're doing ratings, I think Kupp should be a 99 with Devontae. Those are the top two guys in the NFL right now. Receivers, I don't really have too much of an issue with. I don't know how I feel about Amari Cooper being 10. I feel like there's other receivers you could have placed there. Jamar Chase could definitely be in this top 10. Now, again, they do rate first, second year guys quite low until they see a bit more from them. So that makes sense why. I think Chase is like an 87, so he's just outside this top 10 here. But Chase could be in there. Godwin could be in there. Metcalf could be in there. There's a few different guys that could easily work their way in there, but overall, I don't really have too much of an issue with this. What else here? Tight ends. I feel like they did a pretty good job with this. Now, the main thing to remember with Madden is, for example, with the tight ends, there's three different, they're called archetypes or builds. So there's like a blocking tight end, a vertical threat tight end, and a possession catching tight end. So someone like Kyle Pitts being the number 6 tight end, they have him as a vertical threat or like a catching tight end. So him being number 6, I was like, and then I thought about it and I was like, okay. I'd probably throw Gesicki and Goddard over him personally until we see more from him. But Pitts being there, it is what it is. Alex said LFG. I won't say the full thing yet because we're not at that time. But Kelsey, Kittle, Andrews, Waller, and Hawkinson, that's the right top 5. Christopher, I'm getting there in a second, so I'll save your comment. Running backs. I kind of have an issue with McCaffrey, Cook, and Kamara being as high as they are. McCaffrey, we haven't seen him play more than 3-4 games in a couple of years, so him being the number 3 running back is kind of crazy to me. Jonathan Taylor should be higher than him. I feel like Cook and Kamara should both be near the bottom of the top 10. And guys like Najee and Javonte. Javonte's working his way in. Najee's definitely a top 10 running back right now. And then there's that 11 to 15 range. You've got guys like Montgomery. You've got guys like Gibson, Swift, Josh Jacobs, Fournette. There's all of those guys could creep into the top 10. I don't think Ezekiel Elliott's a top 10 running back anymore. That's my personal opinion. But it is what it is. Anthony Handy says, let's go, because I feel like I'm running, and I'm feeling like I gotta get away. Yeah, I have a feeling that's in reference to the Pitts rating, being that he's a Falcons fan. Edge rushers, I got a few problems here. TJ Watt has to be number one here, in my opinion. Myles Garrett's really good, but with how well Watt did last season, he is the best edge rusher in the NFL. And to me, I think there's a decent gap between Watt and Garrett. Watt's kind of separated himself from the rest of these guys here, in my opinion. Then Garrett should be 2. I think Nick Bosa is a little high. I personally, and some Bucs fans here might hate me saying this, Cameron Jordan's number 3. Anthony said, hashtag Buster Rhymes, hashtag look at me now. Yeah. I figured that was the reference, but yeah, Cameron Jordan's number 3 for me. I guess you could go the Bosa brothers 4 and 5. Khalil Mack still deserves to be up there. Chandler Jones should be up there. Like the overall players in this list, I don't have a problem with. It's just the ratings themselves. Defensive linemen, so interior guys. Aaron Donald 1. It says Hayward 2, Vea 3. They're tied for 2. They're both a 93 there. Jonathan Allen is number 4. I'm glad they're giving him the recognition he deserves. That guy is an animal. He balls out game in and game out. Chris Jones, number 5. I don't have a problem with that. Buckner, number 6, is fine for me. The rest of this top 10, honestly, I'm fine with. Yeah, no real problems there for me. Linebackers. Fred Warner, I think, is number 1. Personally, to me, Darius Leonard's number 2. Levante's number 3. I throw DeMario Davis at 5. Again, I think the right players in the list. I think Devin White is that 9-10 range. No real problems with the players they've got on the list. Just some rearranging there. Corner rankings. I feel like I'll pull the banner down so you can see number 10. It's AJ Terrell. Definitely deserves to be in the top 10. I feel like there's going to be some pushback here because of a Trayvon Diggs not being in the top 10. Some of those guys. But to me, the overall players, like if I was to push a player out, my personal preference is Marlon Humphrey would go out. I'm not 100% sure who I would replace him with. So for me, he stays. He gives up on plays a little too often for me, but the guy's still a really good corner. I would throw J.C. Jackson 4th, slide Darius Slay to 5th. I'd leave Marshawn Lattimore at 6th and slide Denzel Ward to 7th personally. Gilmore to 8th. I'd probably go Terrell 9 and Humphrey 10. But Ramsey, Alexander, and White, to me, those are absolutely the 3 best corners in the NFL. So I got no problem there. Safety, there's so many issues here. Number 1, to me, the best safety in the NFL, in my personal opinion, is missing from this list. That would be Minkah Fitzpatrick. Tyrann Mathieu, to me, is like number 4 or 5. I like Derwin James better if he stays healthy. That's a big if. Buda Baker is number 3 for me. I'd go Byard 4, Matthew 5. Micah Hyde 6. Bates 7. I'd go Justin Simmons 8. Harrison Smith 9. Jordan Poyer 10. Jamal Adams can kick rocks. He's a box safety. He's basically a linebacker. Call me a hater on him. I don't care. I'm not a huge fan of him. Ray Kennedy, yeah, absolutely. Minkah has to be on this list. And to me, he's number 1. Like, I don't think there's too much debate on that. Some people might disagree, but to me, he's number 1. And Johnny's favorite position here, the kickers. There are some issues here. Justin Tucker obviously is number 1. To me, Younghoe Koo is number 2. And then Butker and McPherson, you could go either way. Me personally, just seeing what he did in the playoffs, I'd go McPherson 3, Butker 4, and Boswell 5. Those are your top 5 kickers in the NFL. I don't think there's too much debate on that. I'd go Carlson 6, although he's tied with Gano. So I'll go both of them 6 and 7. I'd go Matt Gay number 8, Robbie Gould number 9, and McManus 10. That's my personal opinion there. And then we still got quarterbacks and offensive line to be released. If they show punters, I don't think they will. But yeah, Younghoe Koo's number 4 there. He's on there. He should be number 2 though. He's not better than Justin Tucker. If anyone says that, they're wrong. I'm sorry. Justin Tucker is the greatest kicker of all time. So nobody's better than Tucker. Koo's second in the league right now. I think it's Tucker's clearly number 1. Koo is clearly number 2, but there's a gap between Tucker and Koo. And then I think there's a gap between 3, 4, and 5, and then another tier there. So there's another thing when it comes to the running backs. Call me a Lions homer, but DeAndre Swift is not the 30th best running back in the NFL, and that's where they have him ranked. To me, that is total BS. I'm sorry, Anthony. Like, Vinny's number 2 for me all time, but just what we've seen Justin Tucker do, I've got to give it to him. I know Vinatieri was in all those the Super Bowls and all that, but I don't think Vinatieri's kicking a 66-yard field goal. I don't think he's doing okay. If you've got Tucker at 2, that's okay. Like, at this point, it's just a difference of opinion. I'm not necessarily like, I tell you you're wrong if Tucker was second in the league right now, but second all time, yeah, I can't tell you you're wrong on that. Swift being the 30th running back is completely insane for me. Like I said, I have him in that 11 to 15 range. I don't think he's quite top 10, but for him to be 30th is insane. Anthony, I don't think he was doing that at 26 years old. I don't think he was as good of a kicker from deep as Justin Tucker is.
You know I wanted this debate, right?
Yeah. That's why I was kind of hoping you'd bring yourself in.
Yeah, the Tucker, man, the day he kicked that field goal, he was in warm-ups out there and kicked a 70-yarder. Come on, man.
In a dome. That's
the golden leg right there. I'd say Vinny too. But then again, there's some other people out there for all time that you can – some barefoot kickers out there that could really plaster it out there too. And clinching in big moments, Vinatieri was really good at that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when they actually used Tucker instead of going for 2,
yeah,
he's a clinch guy, man. Their Super Bowl, he clinched those playoff games, man. Remember that?
Ray coming in with the kicker trivia here. Mark Mosley's the only kicker to ever win Super Bowl MVP. And then Tony Franklin, the barefoot assassin.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get to. You know, those guys, man, they were kicking in the fucking snow and in the tundra, man, barefoot and shit.
Bare feet,
guy without toes. What was his name? I can't remember his freaking name, but he had like fucking a special shoe built and shit because he didn't have any toes.
Ramona's here early.
Uh-oh.
Wow. This show's in trouble.
I got something for you, Ramona.
And Anthony says he's coming to the party in a bit. All right. Anthony, I will send you the link here.
If you guys are wondering, the throwback jersey is in protest that the Bucs have to wait a year. I keep seeing everybody's new throwback jerseys and stuff. I'm getting pissed off.
Who was the half-foot kicker?
Yeah, she's here. My wifey's always with me.
Yep.
Who was the half-foot kicker?
Oh.
Ray, come on. That's right up your alley, bud. I know you know.
I was like, he's the one asking the question, though.
He'll get it. That's why he said, dang. He's trying to remember.
Anthony said, if you're kicking field goals with bare feet, you're definitely wearing swim shoes to the pool party. Yeah.
Eddie can't help that.
Morton
Morton Anderson.
Yeah. Lorna says, who was supposed to be the backup to Derek Brooks?
Me.
She said Jermaine Phillips. I had no idea who that is.
He was a safety.
Huh.
Dempsey. There you go. Anthony Handy. That's Ray got it. Dempsey. That's the half-foot kicker.
Okay. All right. I guess I can bring I forgot I can bring the banners back on now. Anthony said, held the record for longest field goal until the year Tucker did it. I think the record got broken twice in that season. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Jason Elam hold it for the longest field goal?
I think everybody's held it at one point in time until Tucker come along.
Yeah. Ray says father-in-law knew.
Oh, snap. He's right. Yep.
Yeah, Anthony.
That's a history book there, Anthony. Between Ray Kennedy and his father-in-law, you can't beat that shit.
especially on the kickers.
Professor Ray Kennedy.
Yeah. All right. I am going to bring our co-host in. How we doing, Alex?
Doing good, Alex. How are you?
Good. I was tired of watching you just sit in the back and get a free ride.
It was much well enjoyed. I was trying to dodge a bullet tonight.
Anthony said, no, Dempsey kicked a 60-something yarder in the 70s, and it stood until a few years ago.
We had somebody kick a 61-yarder. I can't remember who it was.
Until not that long ago, the record was like 64.
Yeah.
I know who kicked a 63-yarder.
Who's that?
Ask Alex.
I know who kicked a 66-yarder.
Yeah, I think that's the one you mean.
Oh, my bad.
Ramona said, hey, Alec.
Oh, gosh. Here goes. Mario Cristobal incoming. Here it goes. It's a matter of time.
I ain't going to let him sit in the back much
longer. Oh, here we go.
Put Marty in here.
Of course. It starts early. She comments
What's up,
early
everybody?
How are we doing? I'll get you in a minute. I'm just trying to look up the field goal record. Matt Bryant is another very good kicker.
I think that might be the one that kicked a 61 or 63 yarder. Okay.
There have been 5 62-yard field goals.
I could debate a lot of those.
She started early today.
Rankings you had up there, man. I forgot what they are now, though.
Even though she probably spelled Cristobal wrong.
Minka Fitzpatrick is definitely a trap. That's
that's brutal.
You can't have a list of best defensive backs and not have Minka on there because to me he's number one overall.
Especially when I got Matthews at number one. That's
Matthews
top
in his
5.
prime maybe, but right now
no.
Okay, I've got the field goal record here. So until then, Matt Prater had the 64-yard field goal. And then before that, Sebastian Janikowski in 2011, Graham Gano in 2018, Jason Elam in 1998, and Tom Dempsey in 1970. Oh, also David Akers in 2012, all hit from 63.
Elam, Tucker, Bryant, and Tucker. Way to go, Christopher. Glad to see you in here, Christopher, by the way.
Yeah.
Glad to see all of y'all in here.
Yeah, honestly.
I missed you guys. It's been a week.
Oh, let's bring our final co-host in here. How we doing, Ben?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, sorry I'm late. I went to the Alex Loosemore store and got my new shirt.
Plain gray t-shirt.
Looking snazzy. I don't have the Michigan hat because
Well,
I'm not a Michigan fan. So.
Hold on to your seat.
All right.
Oh Lord, here we
The
go.
party has started. How we doing, Anthony? Or Hong Kong Fooey?
How's everybody doing this fine evening? How y'all doing, gentlemen?
Doing
Oh,
pretty
good.
good.
Better now.
You been drinking beer and watching NASCAR?
Watching NASCAR and drinking beer.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Is that why you lean to your left a lot?
My microphone's over here, man. I'm doing that Ray Charles, man. Georgia. We gonna make it do. We gonna make it do what it do, baby.
You're gonna make me turn my radio on, dude.
Oh man. So Ben, you enjoying that clip?
Yes, sir. Thank you, by the way. I got much laughs out of it.
We'll
I'm
get
still
there.
waiting for it on. I'm still waiting for something on Twitter, man. What the hell?
We'll get there. Don't worry. Don't worry. Game. That's game 2. Game 1 is the clip game. We'll
Hi,
get
Ramona.
there.
How you doing?
We'll get there. Hello, Ramona. How are you? Wait a minute. I got to put on a Barry White voice. Hi, Ramona. How are you this evening?
Uh-oh.
So good.
Uh-oh. Gonna make her change her panties.
If she's
Stop
around.
it. Stop it, Skip. Don't start. Listen, Skip
There
Bayless,
we
don't you
go.
start. Don't you start right now, Skip Bayless. We just got here.
Hey, who can name
Still
this
owe me
jersey?
10
Who whose
cases of
jersey is
Diet
that?
Mountain Dew, okay?
Come on.
You
That's
told
not
me
the
Anybody
earlier,
that
and
I've
I
already
already
told.
forget.
Yeah.
That's not the
But-
Nigerian nightmare, is it?
No.
Oh, I'm
Fuck
sorry.
yours,
You a
fella.
Bucs fan. What am I talking about?
Buccaneer colors. Come on, man.
I can look. My glass is dirty.
a throwback.
My HMO don't cover eyeglass cleaning sheets, so I had to steal them out of Walmart.
So, first person in the chat, come on. Let's see who you are. Who's the smartest Buccaneer fan? Because this guy was a fan favorite for a very long time with the Bucs.
Rookie Bill.
Nope. I said a long time. Ricky didn't last with us too long, man.
Oh, man. Mario Van Peebles.
Stop it. Mario Van, really?
Well, he played Ricky Bill. I'm sorry, guys. It's the sprite talking right now.
What was the name of that movie? Heart of something.
I thought Ricky Bell was a 6-member of New Edition.
No.
Yeah.
Ricky Bell should already be on our Ring of Honor, but I keep
Mr. Telephone Man.
failing to see his name up there. No, sir. Not Pittman. Close. This is Eric Rhett's jersey.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
All right.
Fan favorite. Former Florida Gator.
That's why I didn't remember his name. I don't pay too much attention to them Gators. Go Dogs.
You should have been paying attention to his name back when he was playing, bro. Mike Edwards.
Mike
Oh,
who? Mike
man.
Edwards. No, Jameis is Mike. It's this Rhett. No, we'll get there. It's Mike Jones. It's Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
She's a Miami fan, so I forgive her. She's pretty good with the Bucs, though.
Yeah, she is.
So
Episode 60. What we doing special for the 60th episode today? Are we breaking out the pudding pops, or are we waiting for episode 75? Nah.
actually, we were going to discuss this spring league thing for a little bit here.
Yeah, Johnny's gonna take the lead on that.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a roundtable thing, but let me fill you guys in case you don't know. There's the MLFB, the Major League Football League. There's the USFL. There's the XFL, and there's another MLF league also, which is strangely enough incorporates Jerry Glanville in 2 leagues. So each of them have their own piece.
MILF League.
Each of them have their own piece that's working with the NFL. The MLFB is supposed to be a growth league for coaching and to get coaching back into the NFL, and it's supposed to develop players. That's why they take a long time with their league, and their training camps are a little bit longer than the other leagues. And my theory is the NFL is in touch with all these. The USFL was supposed to be a farm league for the referees, okay? But this season, we're seeing a lot of those guys getting signed with the NFL right now already. The XFL, as you know from the halftime show, the XFL is going to be part of the NFL also. So I believe that they're really trying to pump up expansion of the NFL. All this is doing is there's no sense in 4 leagues in the spring. It makes no sense at all.
No.
Unless you know that the NFL is kind of encouraging this and wants the expansion for developing players and coaches and stuff for an expansion. We have already heard about the expansion. Toronto and Mexico and all over St. Louis might be getting a team again.
Yeah.
I want a team. I want a
Antonio's
team in
another big
Orlando. I would like another war on I-4, and it'd be an NFC team. We've already got 2 AFC teams in Florida.
See, what I've said, and I mean, they shot it down right off the bat, was if you add the 4 teams like they're talking about, you're going to have to redo divisions.
Yeah.
So do the 6 divisions, 3 in each conference, and make the fucking NFC Southeast and make it the 4 Florida teams, Atlanta, and New Orleans.
Yeah, don't take away our New Orleans rivalry. That's all I can say.
Yeah, to me, that's got to stay.
Absolutely not. That is, we got to have somebody to hate.
Yeah, we just developed a rivalry that actually means something. I'd like it to keep it like that, you know?
We'll get there.
It kind of brings that college rivalry to the NFL because you have that Florida-Georgia game that's played in Jacksonville. You could have that Jacksonville-Atlanta.
Did you see what Kirby Smart had to say about that during the SEC Media Week?
No, what he said?
No.
He said he's been trying to get them to play a home and to turn it into a home and home series. Not so much for revenue, but because when they play in Jacksonville, they are forbidden to recruit any players while they're in Jacksonville. And he's been trying since day one, since he walked in the door, took the job 6 years ago. But he said he can't get any of the Florida coaches to get on board with the plan.
So are the Florida coaches allowed to recruit while they're there, or is
that I don't know. I think because it's supposedly a neutral site game, they're not allowed to.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
That's interesting.
There was another neutral site. Who is it?
Well,
Oklahoma?
Texas, Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah, they're the same way. You're not supposed to.
That's literally getting ready to turn into a shootout at the OK Corral.
Yeah.
It's almost as bad as Georgia. It's getting almost as bad as Georgia, Florida. People getting beat up.
Yeah.
The last time I went to the Georgia Florida game, it was like, what year was that? Like 1988. So.
Oh yeah, that was the year that Emmitt Smith ran all up and down the field on us, and Rodney Hampton just kind of sat on the sidelines looking like,
okay. I'd like to play, sir.
It was like a precognition of Jameis Winston. We can't beat him today. We'll get there. That will never be old.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know what's more funnier, that or the.
Oh, you gotta go with that.
That was
you gotta go with
disgusting.
that.
That was.
Well,
That was
yeah,
just
because he
disgusting.
definitely looked like somebody that had just gotten out of rehab. That somebody had been out of rehab 2 days,
Yeah.
and immediately went on a bench. What we gonna do today? We gonna eat a W.
And Deshaun Jackson in the background just staring at him like, is this
What
dude
is
all
wrong
right?
with you?
Is he leading us?
That's what he was doing. Please stop.
Imagine him
How about
doing
when he
that
went
during
up
the
behind Drew
2020
Brees
season.
in the Saints?
Oh,
and did that?
God, yes.
Drew Brees looked like, oh my God, would you just get away from me?
Drew Brees gave that look like, if I give you $2, will you go away? You take your cardboard sign and go sit down somewhere.
Go away, I'll buy you some crab legs. Like
Who let Tyrone Biggums in the
He
state?
don't want somebody buying for him. He
Look.
just wants free.
Look, who let Tyrone Biggums in the stadium? A W. I can eat this.
So the latest news on Deshaun Watson. Yes, we're going to talk about Cleveland again.
oh boy.
Nope.
Playing a dangerous
That's
game.
8 games now.
My mama said I can't play with y'all no more.
I mean, Deshaun Watson's going to be on a new reboot Coca-Cola commercial. Mean Joe Green. But it's going to be a towel, not a jersey.
A brown towel at that.
Yes.
Oh,
No, you got to put
God.
a little bit of stains on it too, besides brown, like a little bit of yellow and white. Obvious
Like
reasons.
baby shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Deshaun better watch
they're-
those steamers.
So they're planning for 8 games, right? That was the news we were supposed to break
For
here.
8 games now.
And they
they're
got-
expecting an
I
8
still
games.
They
think it might
signed
come out more.
Josh Rosen today.
Yeah,
Oh,
I saw that
God.
too.
that's their
They're
backup
super
plan. Is Josh
desperate.
Rosen. You know it's bad when they worked out like AJ McCarron's career has to be over. They worked out him and Josh Rosen and said, "Yeah, we'll take Josh."
Was
Yeah.
Tim Tebow, Brady Quinn not available?
Let's get him
AJ
as
Brady
McCarron
Quinn.
just turned into Ryan Griffin.
God, they should have called Josh Freeman instead.
Why?
Oh man. Womp womp
That boy disappeared faster than an extra large pizza at a Weight Watchers convention. You hear me?
Right. Him and Mike Williams both disappeared without a trace. They should be on Unsolved Mysteries.
They disappeared like they was props at a David Copperfield show. And now for my next trick, voila!
He had the fucking thing for all hands.
Yeah.
Where did
was
the
ready
quarterback? Wait a minute. Where did the quarterback go? We had a quarterback. Now,
Oh
he-
my God!
You
Look
know
what
what?
name he's wearing. Wait a minute. He's got Bobby Boucher on there. Does anybody
Yes.
remember our own version of Bobby Boucher?
Oh. Wait.
You know, the New Orleans fan that was like,
Oh
I
my
think I
God.
vaguely remember that.
What he
That
crawled
is
up
some
in
high
there?
quality. That is some high quality H2O.
Anthony, you brought back some memories there, boy.
I don't even
Wow, yeah.
look. That was
Foosball's the
unintentional.
devil.
He actually
Foosball's the
came
devil,
on
boy.
a show without a shirt on, laying on his couch with food crumbs all over him and shit. Arguing
Ew.
about, but you're going to win only because of Tom Brady. And they're like,
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I think I saw that dude. Mom always said, "Stupid is as stupid does."
Oh, I was about to say that.
Foosball's the devil.
I wish I could remember his real name.
Oh my God!
We called him Bobby Boucher for so long, we can't remember his real name.
Watch it
thought
pop
it
up
was-
in the watch it pop up in the comments.
I thought it was
Hey,
Baby
look,
Boucher.
you summon him like Candyman. You did that. Just remember, he shows
That'd
up.
be
You
great.
did that.
I wouldn't
Yeah, you
mind his
painted the
Canadian
picture, now
cousin.
he's gonna show up.
Hey, I wouldn't mind his Canadian cousin to show up, Mike DeRoche.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you mean this guy?
Oh, this sounds like somebody I could have a lot of fun with.
Oh.
I enjoy all our fans, man. Even if they are
Even Dan
dumb.
Manfred.
Even the dumb ones.
Ooh. Like the commissioner? What's he doing on?
Okay. Where were we at last?
Watson.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, we weren't talking about
2 to
Watson when you
8.
were going to talk about the Browns because you were getting ready to talk about.
Well, I
Deshaun
still didn't
Jackson.
finish the spring league crap, I don't think.
Oh yeah. You still talking about the leagues and
So who's in favor of this? I mean, is everybody in favor of this expansion stuff? I'm in
It's
favor
gonna-
of them actually using the spring leagues for development. I really do appreciate that.
absolutely.
And,
Yeah.
If
Even
there's
if
not
we don't
just
have
too many
expansion,
of
that's
them.
great because we have a deeper pool to dip our toes in with, because these rosters are getting beat up every year.
Yeah, I'd love for maybe not like 4 development leagues. I'd like, for me personally,
2.
the USFL and the XFL,
Yeah.
and just grow those leagues bigger with more players on those rosters.
I get that. Their idea here is to each one of the spring leagues are bringing something different for the NFL.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I get it. They're specializing. They're specializing is what they're doing.
Yeah.
It would have been
But
nice.
at the same time,
go ahead.
At the same time, it's going to be hard to watch a league or a game in a league knowing that, oh, they're developing refs. You know what I mean? Like it's hard knowing that going into a game when there's other leagues developing players or rules or like something that actually is more more entertaining to the game, you know? Like
I can see where these spring leagues, because they're all building the same way, 8 teams, except for the Major League Football. I don't know if they're going to go to 8 teams or not. Right now, they just want to keep it small so that they can spend more time developing the players.
Yeah,
that's cool. I like that, but I can see them going to 8 and then having the USFL on one side, the XFL on another side, and them swallowing those 2 little leagues up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, have like a little championship there with them.
I think that would be interesting. Is like you have the 2 separate leagues, but kind of do it like college football, where you have all these leagues essentially, but it's one national champion. Like do one big champion, the champion of the USFL and the champion of the XFL. Call it like the American Minor Football Championship or something. I don't know. Come up with something.
And when they play in that, they'd have to go to a standard NFL rules thing, because each one of these leagues have their own set of rules.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and that would be the perfect time for these NFL teams to pick away at some of these players, right? Because you put them in an NFL stadium with NFL rules, then you're going to know what they're going to look like in an NFL situation.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm for the idea. I think there's a way to make it right, and there's a lot of ways to fuck it up.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Like the Canadian Football League.
Yeah.
I think they're eventually going to get swallowed into the NFL. I really do.
I think they're going to get swallowed into the XFL still. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think they're going to go into
not
the
going
NFL.
more than eight teams right now. Neither is the USFL. They're talking expansion in like 3 or 4 years within their.
Well, that's what I'm
league,
thinking.
But that's it.
That's what I'm thinking. It's like 3 or 4 years. The CFL is going to finally die out unless they change their ways here.
Well,
and then they'll probably get swallowed into both. Honestly.
So what's going on with the CFL?
There's too many people that want the game to remain the same, but at the same time, they're not the ones buying the tickets, going to the games, and putting in the revenue.
Right.
It's these people that are wanting the CFL to evolve more. Like we want to see, me personally, I want to see a mix of. Okay, I just lost my camera for some reason. I want to see a mix of American and Canadian rules. I want to see the 12 players on the field in the bigger field, I want 11 players on the field, the bigger field. I want more motion, all that kind of stuff. Like I want the Canadian fields and the Canadian like pre-snap motions and that kind of stuff in American football.
Well, those are good points, Alex. I mean, you do have to evolve. You do have to change with the times. And I feel like you're saying, the CFL is not. They're just still stuck in like the 70s and 80s, and that's not going to work. They need to evolve and get with the times and promote better. I don't think
the CFL has changed very much since the 1912.
Not much. Like they've been talking about 5 years for putting another team out on the East Coast, and nothing's happened there. They finally played the first game to like promote that area. Yeah, I know I was against it before, but like it does make the most sense.
Yeah,
they spent.
I think the writing's on the wall. I think the writing's on the wall. The NFL is wanting to push into Canada.
See, here's the thing. I wanted the CFL to change. I just didn't want it to change too much. I want it to still kind of feel like Canadian football, but have that Americanized touch on it. I think that's what's going to make the CFL
I agree
the best
with
it can
that.
be.
I like the CFL. I like having that, but I only get one game a week, here. So.
Yeah.
Well, if you want the CFL to be touched, then they should send your boy, your boy Deshaun Watson up there.
There's a little touch of the American.
Well, at this point, he might end up up there. Who knows? They threw Johnny Manziel up there. Apparently, anyone's available.
Well, Manziel couldn't throw the ball, so.
Yeah. He still started for a year.
Well, the only team he could really play for is the Rough Riders. I mean,
do they have Mike Evans on the roster?
Yeah, no, they did not.
I see what you did there, Mr. Cornette.
Or the Argonauts. Is it Argonauts? I'm sorry.
Argonauts.
Yeah.
Rough Riders are in first place, aren't they?
Well, Edmonton's in last place in the West, and they would tie for first place in the East. So God only knows.
That's so confusing.
That's the problem with the CFL right now is
shut them down, open up shop.
With so many powerhouses in the West, they made that crossover rule. So the fourth place West team, if they're better than the third place East team, which most of the time they're better than the first place East team,
I know which side of Canada the NFL is going to start snagging players from.
Yeah, and they'll end up moving them to Toronto.
Yeah,
I
think they're going to have an East Coast team and a West Coast team there in Canada eventually. The NFL is.
Yeah, I can definitely see Toronto getting a team, be the first Canadian team.
Yeah,
because it's the biggest market in Canada. And I think Vancouver, right, Alex, is like the second biggest market.
Yeah, well, that or Montreal.
I would say Montreal.
You're talking a sports market. Vancouver's
there's
got
definitely
that coastal.
3 cities in Canada that can support an NFL team, and I think that's what NFL's looking at right now. They're looking at fucking Mexico City too, but where are you going to go outside of Mexico City for an expansion? You really can't, because that's the market there, and outside of there, even Tijuana and stuff is not really an American market for that.
Yeah,
they don't know. You don't want to put NFL players in Tijuana. That's a recipe for disaster. You think Las Vegas is bad?
Same thing with
easy.
Shit.
Hangovers.
Was it Cancun? I think it is.
Oh, Cancun,
went crazy.
Cabo San Lucas.
Yeah.
What about Cabo?
Cabo is a good place. Right now, that's just a tourist destination, and it's not all
still
messed up yet.
But
give them time; they'll do it. They'll mess it up.
Yeah.
Cut a bunch of NFL players loose at Cabo San Lucas.
Yeah.
Cut Brady loose in Cabo San Lucas. He'll be out there cliff diving.
He'll have Ryan Griffin catching him.
No, what he'll do is
I got you, Tommy.
He'll be tossing the trophy off the cliff to Gronk in the water.
Yes.
That reminds me of Gronk under the helicopter catching the ball. It's Gronk under the cliff catching the Super Bowl trophy.
Oh, but I'm special.
Right.
We know, Gronk. We know.
Alec, how you doing tonight, man?
USAA.
All right, Johnny, I see you, man.
But okay, let's go around here. We've done this before, but it's time to do it again. Expansion city. Where do you think you would like to see an expansion city? St. Louis off the table because they say they don't want one. I think that's bullshit because they damn sure will support a team.
Yeah.
San Diego. They need to bring it back to San Diego.
I like that.
Let's go around the horn. Alec, you first, buddy.
I can't think of anything besides St. Louis. That's the only thing I can think of.
Okay. Marty.
Don't
say Little Rock.
No. Arkansas does not need a professional football team. If it's not Canada, Milwaukee.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, give Green Bay some competition there.
Yeah, Milwaukee.
I like that one. I like that a lot.
I haven't never thought of that one before either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Benjamin.
San Diego. They need to bring one back.
Yeah.
The city's got to help out a little bit, but yeah. Anthony?
Keep going. Let me think. I don't have anything
Alex?
yet because I want to say something stupid and it's not. I'm gonna save the jokes for later.
All right, well, I'm going to keep pushing for a team in Canada. I'll say Toronto because that's the most likely spot.
And you heard me earlier. I said Orlando because I just want that. I want it to be even. I want 2 AFC and 2 NFC teams in Florida. And I'd like to have that war on I-4 back. I really love that competition. That'd be an instant rivalry right there.
What about like
for that
San
one? You
Antonio?
can do Toronto and Buffalo.
San Antonio doesn't have a big enough market. I mean, they're I lived there for a while. I was stationed there. They love their Spurs, and that's about it. And the Spurs, I mean, seriously, I don't think they have a large enough market. Although although they would be able to pull some of the TV market because Austin's right down the road from there. Yeah. So that was going to be
my other. That would have been my other. Austin would have been my other Texas team.
Or what about Portland?
I like Portland.
That's a bigger market. Yeah, definitely a bigger market than.
I think I'm going to go with Alex. I'm going to say somewhere and go over to Europe. I'd say somewhere in Germany. The reason I say that is because American football is huge in Germany. They have teams over there that would compete because they have teams over there like the U.S. military. The Army would allow guys to play on semi-pro teams over there, and they would play against German teams that played American rules football. So I think it would go fare really well over there.
Yeah, they still have when the NFL World League stopped, the World League didn't stop. They're still playing over there, man. So
okay,
but
I'm talking full-fledged expansion, like part of the league team. I think,
yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying is there is a big market over there for American football. So.
Oh yeah, my high school line coaches over there in Europe, and there's some crazy good leagues going on over there.
Yep. Yeah. Argentina too, South America, all over Europe. All over Europe.
Hey, look, I'm telling y'all, you do not want them NFL players cut loose anywhere in South America. It's gonna be a whole lot of children speaking Spanglish on Maury Povich. in the case of 15-year-old Jacinto Gonzalez.
I will say those Brazilian women are.
Deshaun, you are the father.
Antonio Cromartie. Do I really even have to read this?
Yeah. Why are you here? You're the father. Get out of here. Like
Josh Jacobs. Come on. She had enough in Vegas.
Philip Rivers or Antonio Cromartie on that stage.
I can see Memphis.
Maybe
Colorado, Utah, something like that.
Memphis is a possibility.
Colorado is owned by Denver. I mean, Colorado and the surrounding states, that's their thing. It's all Denver right there. That would be a hard competition. It'd be hard to sell these guys on a new team like that.
Yeah.
Memphis.
Same with around your area, Marty. You got, well, not really your area, but Oklahoma. There you go. That's the same thing as Oklahoma. You got Kansas City and all these guys that are right in that.
Tennessee.
They're so used to being Dallas fans or the Kansas City fans and stuff like that. It's hard to switch those allegiances.
Falcons, Saints,
yeah.
You're not gonna, not really. You're not gonna get anything bringing it here. They're talking about it. The governor's even talked about maybe trying to get an NFL franchise here, and I'm like, man, you can't get ever since Kevin Durant left and Russell Westbrook. You can't get people to show up to Thunder games. So
y'all can have Westbrook back.
Maybe Chet Holmgren might change all that.
Who cares?
I can almost see something like New Mexico. With like Las Vegas getting a team, maybe New Mexico.
I've always wanted.
And who's gonna go to the game?
Or Albuquerque.
Who's gonna go to the games in New Mexico? There's like 250,000 people in the whole state.
And you would be sharing. Once again, you're sharing revenue with
Dallas.
Now you got Las Vegas there already, and that's
we said St. Louis is off the table. Pick another one.
I always like Albuquerque for one, or Taos. Man, Taos would have been a nice place to have a football team.
I would say for the sake of my hindsight, put one in Virginia because Who the fuck wants to go to an ODU game? Not many.
You'd be surprised. I
Well,
know a
they're
lot
trying
of.
to move Washington
I know-
to
I-
Virginia, actually. So
I know a
Yeah.
lot of.
Yeah, I'm
I
only
know a
saying
lot
this because that drive to Washington's a B word. Fuck that.
I
Stay at home in
I
Virginia.
know a lot of people from the DC area that went to ODU, and they positively love. They positively love their team.
No more traffic.
Absolutely, positively.
Yeah,
I mean,
Sean's
maybe.
in Virginia.
Oh, he
yeah,
lives
I
in
don't think
Virginia.
that would be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know he lives in Virginia.
I totally forgot Sean was a Washington guy, so he knows.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
traffic.
I thought he
the
lived in
traffic-
Canada.
No,
Nah, that traffic in Virginia, that traffic anywhere in the Metro DC area is horrible, and the Metro DC area is getting bigger.
I know. I used to have to drive through that crap. I lived in the DMV in Baltimore, so I had to drive through that crap every day, man.
Driving from the Washington game to Virginia.
It's horrible. It took us
Yeah, I got
almost.
one.
Even after the game, you gotta wait like that. Leaving that parking lot's a bitch.
I got one more. No one.
Ramona,
oh,
I'm telling you, I'm going to pop this picture out on.
no, no.
Oh.
Oh shit!
Oh wow.
Mr. Fingers has left the chat.
I thought he was visiting Virginia Beach. I know he lived in Virginia Beach.
Oh yeah, he lives there.
So his whole entire time, I lived in the same area as Sean. That's crazy.
He didn't want you to know that, though.
I mean, it's not like I'm actually gonna ever see him. I mean, Virginia's
It's like he's still here.
he lives in northern VA. Yeah. fuck
Yeah, up
that.
near DC.
I have one more, but they don't.
Wait a
have
minute,
big
Christopher's got a point
population.
here. I had it.
The northern tip of Maine.
Yes, there you would get a lot of traffic that's not even that. You got ESPN's home in Connecticut, right? The home of Bristol, Connecticut, right there. Shut up, Dan.
Not saying anything. What are you talking about? You're the one talking.
You got. They would love to have a team up there to compete with Boston.
Ramona says Lexington, Kentucky.
Oh, but Kentucky is more of a college football state.
Yeah, it is. That's a fact.
Yeah, well, they
That's
they have recently become a college football state.
Yeah, now that their team actually shows up.
Yeah,
Hello,
but everything's
everybody.
blue. Everything is blue in Kentucky, man. It
Wait, what about Wyoming? Would
I
that
was
be a
thinking
there's
that-
14 people that live in Wyoming.
Idaho.
It'd be a
Now
really
that
small
I left-
stadium.
Idaho.
Nebraska.
I got-
Well, now you're
I
now
got-
you're up to about 450 people. Okay.
I got
Well,
one
that's-
more, but it's a major like vacation spot, and they don't have a big population,
Key
but
West.
Hawaii. Think about it,
They've
Hawaii.
talked about Hawaii before.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. It might be. Who knows? Because I mean, all they have for football is University of Hawaii there. So
hmm
They used to have the Pro Bowl there, but that's long gone.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not. They like football in Hawaii, but then again, they're more interested in getting high.
that's right, brother.
But
Montana.
And paying $8 a bottle of milk over there.
can you
Oh,
imagine
God,
what the ticket prices would be?
Cost of living over there is
Ooh.
insane.
1
Yeah,
gallon of
remember-
milk is $8.
When I was
Good God.
when I was active duty, I remember thinking it would be cool to get stationed over in Hawaii, and they would telling me how expensive it was. With the cost of living allowance, at my rank, I would have been making about maybe 50 or 60, and that was 20 years ago. Just because they have to
Sure.
give you that much of a cost of living allowance just to be able to afford to live.
Yeah.
That's why every time I went there for deployment, they would say like, "Oh, make sure you don't rent a car there." So I was like, "No, they're probably just fucking with me." Yeah, for one tank of gas, it was $115 to fill up a full tank.
Whew.
That is a good one, Sean Spencer. Thank you.
Montana.
Nobody thinks about this, but Montana's right there with Idaho, Wyoming.
Don't
I
get me
like
wrong.
that.
Don't get me wrong. Hawaii's
all
nice to
that,
visit,
all
though.
that area right there, they could suck up. But where would you put the stadium? Where?
Butte, right in the
Yellowstone.
middle in Butte.
You think?
Yeah.
Boot.
Put it in Butte, and then you could call them the Butte Butt Rangers.
Can't get Deshaun
And
Watson.
Deshaun Watson's their quarterback.
Everything
Boot.
falls about Deshaun, ain't it?
Let's go.
No,
kick some
I
boot.
don't know Montana that well, but I mean,
What about somewhere like Great Falls?
Great
That's
Falls.
a good point.
The Idaho Spuds.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
I'll hit that one.
We don't have any. Oh,
You know,
yeah,
nobody.
we
You
don't have
notice
no Bears in the. Oh yeah, I forgot about Chicago.
You notice that you notice that.
You're not the
Ouch.
only one.
You notice that nobody has said North or South Dakota at all. We have gone all around the
I
horn.
did.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
need to
did
put
you?
one in. They need to put a
Yeah.
professional team in
There's too
Atlanta.
much reservation land in North and South Dakota, man. You couldn't.
What about
couldn't put
Atlanta?
one in there.
That's it.
I
They need
heard
to put.
Marty just talk trash.
They need to do what? They need to do what?
They need to put a professional football team in Atlanta. I mean, they got two college teams, the Falcons and the Bulldogs. They need to put a professional team. They can
See,
compete.
somebody failed geography because the University of Georgia is not in Atlanta. Thank you very much, sir.
It's in Greece. No.
So are French fries.
Athens. It's in Athens.
Exactly.
Oh man, Ramona's on
Meanwhile,
fire
we're
in the
talking about
comments with
fielding
the
the
joke.
professional football team. I'm keeping my mouth
Or you
shut.
can put one in.
I want to
You
know
can
what
go
you're
at
smoking
Bristol,
if you've been
Connecticut.
seeing ducks fly upside down.
Yeah.
I want some of that shit.
You can put one in Bristol, Connecticut.
That's what I just
Oh, my bad.
didn't I just talk about that? In Maine, but Maine you're real close to Bristol and all that stuff, man. It's only like
Nope.
an hour drive to.
Don't
from
Bruce
Bristol
Arians
to
me.
Connecticut.
Sorry.
Ooh.
Maine.
Somebody
Tell
went to
Bruce there.
Chick-fil-A tonight. What'd you have, Alec?
I'm not telling you.
Starting up
Oh,
what's cooking
it's
in the
that kind of
south.
meal,
That's
huh?
what.
It's that kind of
What'd you
meal.
have for dinner?
Oh, don't do that. Copyright laws.
I mean, at
Someone
this
might be
point, we're naming
upset.
off states.
Nice,
There's
dude.
Pennsylvania. I don't think they have any kind of size Penn State or something, a college team. They don't have anything professional.
Who?
Pennsylvania.
You joking, right?
Eagles. The Eagles.
Steelers,
Well, we're just
Eagles.
naming off places.
I live
That's
in
the best
Pittsburgh,
next-
man, and there's 4 colleges right here in this one town.
They need a professional team.
Pittsburgh. Steelers.
Steelers?
He
Eagles.
clowning on
Eagles?
everybody.
He's
He
digging right
clowning
now.
on everybody. Tom Brady
Oh.
won the Super Bowl a couple years ago and almost got him back. Now he clowning. Okay. you got jokes.
Like, we're just naming off town stuff. Pennsylvania
Look,
just popped in my head. Like, well, I'll just throw that. See if
Look,
it
let-
sticks.
listen.
Actually, Pennsylvania is big enough; it could handle another team, probably. Like, I can't even remember the name of that fucking town in central Pennsylvania.
Erie.
Not be big enough then.
No, it's not Erie. Erie's northern Pennsylvania. It's right up there
What
by
about-
Alex.
What about Amish country?
Oh my god!
Hey, while you joking, they could probably get some good athletes to come and play for the
Yeah.
league.
Hey,
Because them dudes
Why
work
not?
from sun up to sundown.
Sundown.
exactly.
Now,
And
And
plus,
they clear
like,
the damn
um,
roads
boys.
up with them fucking steel
like Randy
wheelers.
Quaid said, they do more plus a half. So
Have Deshaun Watson as their quarterback.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Stop it.
I can picture this, and I can hear that song going off in my head.
What,
Love
Amish Paradise?
Shack. Yes. Another Deshaun Watson team.
We got Deshaun jokes for days.
Oh,
man.
Amish
8
Watson.
games. I don't. All right, that's up from 6 that everybody was talking about. Now the media's going 8, so that means he's probably going to get a year because the media is always that far off.
That
so
debate.
now,
I'm in a.
here-
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, I was just gonna say, if he gets the 8 games, does Cleveland just roll with Brissett and Rosen for 8 games, or do
Well,
you
they're
think they
talking about
still-
rolling with Brissett if it was a year, so I guess so, man. That to me
That shows
gives them
Rosen.
better draft choices, don't it?
No, because the Texans have their picks.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck, that's right. build the Texans a team. Oh, friggin' hell.
Well, their first and second rounders for the next
Wait a
4
minute,
years.
Ramona, you actually looked that up. You actually looked that up.
Yep.
There's a hell of a delay. What are the other?
Yeah, it must be. I was gonna say we talked about that like 2 days ago.
Okay, we got another guest coming soon.
This is the Saturday show.
So you want to talk about that tight end signing, Johnny?
We're waiting for that guest to show up.
That's a topic for the guest we got coming in. We got writer Louis Taggert from Bucs Report.
Is that Willie Taggart's brother?
I don't know. I guess we could ask him.
I'm gonna go with probably not, but
No, that's the son of Detective Taggert from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's and
There he
Biddles,
is.
like kibbles and bits, but different.
no, that was Marty again.
Damn you, Marty.
It's the new feature on StreamYard.
Nah, Marty's
Yeah, it
actually
scared the
Marty
hell
is
out of me
actually
earlier.
Marty is actually secretly Nightcrawler from the X-Men. He just pamphleted. his way
He
out
is
of
tonight,
Batman.
man. He's all over the place. He's just hopping in and out.
AT&T's punished me for not mentioning that Arkansas needs a professional team. So now they're going to try to mess up the internet.
Your internet's through AT&T. I am so sorry.
I know, right?
That was an
That's
option
why the Cowboys always lose connection when they have home games in January.
Is it through Uverse?
Sir?
What?
Is it through you? Don't call me sir. I know I got gray hairs on my chin. Don't do that. I got an AARP card waiting. They got 3 more years before they can get me. So don't do that to me.
Yeah, it's the universe, the
Who said
wonderful
sir?
internet down here.
Marty.
Well, that's Arkansas for you, man.
He said, sir. Like an answer the question. Listen, do you have AT&T, sir? What?
Peyton, where does Peyton coach next? Dallas. Does anybody doubt that?
Would he
if
really
Jerry
wanna-
Jones,
I
Would he wanna
kind
deal
of
with Jerry
do
Jones,
because of
though?
Jerry Jones.
But that's
Jerry
don't
Jones
think
is already,
so.
he wanted to fire McCarthy this year and hired Peyton, man.
But the thing
But I
is,
think once Peyton realizes how much control Jerry wants, I don't think Peyton's going to want him.
Well, I
either.
think there'll be a negotiation. I think Jerry Jones' son might have something to say about it too. Look, Dad.
Yeah.
We went 20 years. We ain't got no more rings, man. Come on, do something.
Hey, I'll give you one, guys, that might surprise you here. Arizona.
ooh,
I thought about that.
With Cliff Kingsbury kind of on the. Well, he's not on the hot seat, but
They're
He's
on the
getting
front
us
line
on
right
to-
now
yeah.
with the
Yeah,
predictions
well.
and everything going for him right now. They're on. He better win.
Well, and
Yeah,
the owner was very pissed with the entire organization after that collapse.
Yep.
all right,
He
I
had
got one
not
for
so
you.
nice meetings with
actually,
the entire organization.
you know what? In New Mexico, I hadn't thought about Santa Fe. That might not be a bad spot.
Yeah, Santa Fe's a nice place.
Ooh, yeah.
I
Marty,
got
you said
one.
you had a spot for Peyton?
Yeah, I do. And this is just hypothetical. If he retires, if Bill Belichick retires after this season, New England.
Yeah, the Kraft family is very. If they've got a coach,
It's going to Steve Belichick.
Yeah, I was fixing to see you beat me to it.
All
Damn
right, God, I hope not.
it. That's that. Why do you think Josh is in Las Vegas now? Josh has been sitting there waiting for that job, and here comes Steve, and is like, I'm going to work for Daddy. You can get the hell out of here.
Oh, speaking of that division, you know what? I've got one. If this team collapses again, Peyton could be in LA with the Chargers. If they fall short again,
Ooh, I like that. Young quarterback, young team.
But that coach is really popular with the fucking owner there, man. That risk it. He's the real no risk it biscuit guy, man. That's the guy who he puts it out there, man.
I don't know. I've got this weird feeling though that if it costs them the playoffs again, like it did this year,
Yeah.
then
But
They don't
won't
get
be
to
out
the
the door.
playoffs. That's absolute, man. He's definitely
Yeah.
on the hot
But
seat. Yeah.
does he want to be in the same city as Sean McVay, though?
That's a good question.
Yeah. He kind of wants his own. Dame's the kind of guy who would want his own. He doesn't want too much distraction. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
being in the same stadium, same city.
I think you can say that about both them teams, man. They don't neither one of them.
I don't
really
know.
want to
You
share
pay-
that fucking stadium.
You pay me enough money, I'll be like, they only go, so we get it every other weekend, like custody. Okay. How much am I getting? Okay, yeah, we can do that.
What about Green Bay? You can only lose in the playoffs so many years after year, kind of like what Tampa did with Tony Dungy.
I think as long as Rodgers is there, LaFleur's there.
Yeah.
Christopher Cole's taking shots.
Had they not had Flores been there this year, I would have locked Miami in for next year. But the fact that they got McDaniel, and I really I think he's going to be good there with that offensive juggernaut they're trying to build there. I think he stays there.
Here's the question that is asked every week, other than the Deshaun. Where is Jimmy G going?
I think
Seattle.
it's going to be Seattle. He's going to get cut, and then he's going to Seattle.
Yep.
It sounded like
Or
there's
Houston.
a strong push from a new team.
He has
in
to be
that
gone
trade
by
scenario.
he has to be gone by the first day of the season, because if he's still on the roster first day of the season, it
All
costs
his money's
$5 million he
guaranteed.
owes.
Yep. And, he's not cleared till mid-August. So that complicates things a little bit more.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he's not
Now-
getting those team reps. He's not getting all those reps.
Right,
They're
But I mean, he's still
They've already said
they're not going to. No team's going to trade right now for him if he's not cleared to play yet.
right.
Keep an eye. I'd say like 3-4 weeks from now, like right near the end of the preseason games there, keep an eye on the New York Giants. They're getting into the headlines as one of these teams that's pushing for them.
Or the Cleveland Browns if Deshaun Watson's gone for an entire season. I can see
They've
that. If
already
he's
said
cut.
probably not. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's kinda
Cleveland's
backed
going
off
to go
of-
with Brissett.
Yeah.
I don't see Sean Payton taking the Jacksonville job at all.
No, that ownership group is
Train
they're
wreck.
not they're not toxic. They strike me as a bunch of guys with a lot of money who thought it would be cool to own a football franchise,
And
but
a
know nothing about football.
And a
Yeah,
wrestling.
They
low
literally
IQ.
just hired Doug Peterson too.
Yeah, that's a good coach. He's not
Yeah,
Sean
Doug
Payton.
Peterson's not going anywhere.
We're saying he's not Sean Payton, but Sean Payton has exactly the same amount of fucking trophies as Aaron Rodgers.
And Doug Peterson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. So-
What about like maybe a Ron Rivera replacement in Washington?
To go to that mess.
I think Sean left through chat already.
I don't think I sincerely don't think that's going to be a very attractive job until the current owner is.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like there have been franchises like that in the past where nobody you couldn't get anybody experienced to come and coach. It was all the guys that were kind of vying for
Trying to get a better job, and this was their springboard. Yeah,
For historical
Shanahan.
value, I could see with the Bears and make them relevant again.
they just hired Eberflus, so you think they're going to let him go after a year?
We'll see.
They tore it apart so he can help build it back up.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think in a year.
Depends on how badly the season goes. If it comes unraveled like a big ball of string this season,
Well, it's not going to go as bad as Jacksonville last year. We know that.
Hey, you know what?
It might, well,
not.
not
This-
storyline wise, but it might be as bad a season.
I'm not going to say it'll happen, but what if we have another Colts collapse toward the end of the year and they miss the playoffs again?
Yeah.
Think about
Right
I can
now,
see
if the
that.
Colts collapse, if the Colts collapse right now, it would have to be a lot of injuries or coaching, and I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
because
I
that'd be
think
2 in a
Frank
row.
Reich's a
2
pretty
years
good
in a
coach,
row,
though.
they've had a talented team miss the playoffs, especially
Yep.
when you have a 7th team now that can make the playoffs.
That's true.
we've
And they
talked
did,
about
they did
Jimmy
lose
G.
some of their coaching staff too. So
Yeah,
We've
I don't-
talked about Jimmy G going here. What about Seattle?
you know what?
Peyton.
Can I jump in here for a minute? I saw earlier today, and this is tied into Jimmy G. I heard earlier today, or maybe it was late last night,
did all that
That,
south
that-
of the border talk get to you there, bud?
that the angry toddler got a big bag to stay in Arizona,
Oh
right?
Lord.
And
Yeah.
152 million guaranteed.
Ugh.
Right.
153 guaranteed.
Right. So I heard he got a big bag to stay in Arizona. And you bring up Jimmy G. I really seriously, I all of us need to get our asses in shape. Matter of fact, let's make a pact right now on this show. We gonna all get in NFL and league shape, and we gonna all do like Mark Wahlberg and show up at training camp somewhere and try out. And all we have to do is get a job, and we can work when we want to, say what we want to say about the boss, and still get paid as long as we got 10 clips on the ESPN's top 10 all season. Jimmy G is, I've been saying it. I've been saying it since I've been coming on here. I've said it on Sean's show. I said it on my show. Jimmy G is the glass man. All you got to do is blow on him hard, and he's going to break something.
Yeah.
That's why he only dated that porn star for like 3 weeks. But everybody keeps going, well, what about Jimmy G? What about Jimmy G? Yeah, the kid can, if he can stay healthy, he can play his ass off, but he can't stay healthy.
He's a good game manager. He's a good game manager. That's it.
He's a winner.
Such a great player that they went out and got Trey Lance, who Trey Lance's body of work was less than a year in college.
Well, I didn't say
I love Trey Lance. I love Trey Lance. I watched his tape. The guy, I fell in love with him right away, man. And San Francisco did obviously also. But they have a quarterback that has taken them there. Why would they do that?
Because you're paying him $25 million a year when you got to pay all these other young guys. So you reset the quarterback contract to pay all these other guys.
But they know what they see with Trey Lance too. So
Garoppolo was getting injured as well, and they they didn't know how healthy he would be. So that's
exactly
another reason.
That's what
I was a hypothetical question. I already knew the answer to it.
I'm paying the dude $25 million a year. Fuck your turf toe, tape up and take a shot and get on the field.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like
Brady and Gronk. I got my own theory. Here's another one I got a theory on. And I even wrote a little thing on Twitter. Okay, let me pose this question to you. What would Belichick and Kraft do if Brady came to them next year and said, "Look, man, this is my last season. And I'm still playing pretty good right now. Let me play for you guys so I can retire a Patriot." What do you think they would do? Would they bench Mac Jones to put Brady in there for a year?
Yes. Yes.
100%. They would be idiots not to.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And to me, it's going to come down to if Kraft pushes his way through or not. Because
I think Kraft would push him. That's his boy, man.
Especially because they know
and not only that, if they didn't, can you imagine the uproar in New England from the fans?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, especially if it came out that Brady said he would come back and Belichick was just like, no. Oh, Patriot fans would lose their minds.
And it wouldn't hurt Mac Jones to sit behind Brady for a year. I mean, we saw what Mac Jones can do in that scheme.
Well, he'd still probably ask for a trade or something. Like you'd want to go from a starter to like. I understand what you're saying, Johnny, but like,
well, hold on. Let's be real though. You had the year. You would have in theory 2 years as a starter, but you're 2 years in the league, and you would get to play on the same squad as the man who will go down in history for a good long time as the greatest quarterback to ever lace him up. And look, it ain't gonna hurt my pocketbook. It will extend my career because I won't take the majority of the snaps, and I might get a ring out of it. Damn it! Hey, look, I keep this seat warm till you get back, Mr. Brady.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's great in theory, but how would the player feel? I'm talking about from the player perspective. How would Mac Jones? We don't know. I mean, how would he honestly feel about that?
Well, we don't know. We don't know.
I know he better keep it to himself if he did have a problem with it.
I mean, yeah, I'm just looking at it from that perspective as well. You know, like
to me, this is the kid that sat for 4 years at Alabama.
Yeah.
I don't think he necessarily has the problem with sitting back and waiting his turn.
But I mean, you've already had that taste at being an NFL starter. Do you worry about?
But he'll get it back. That's the thing, though. He'll get it back. It's not that they don't have.
Yeah.
It's not that they don't have the faith in him as a starter. It's just that you're bringing back your quarterback.
I don't think there's an NFL player out there except for maybe Rodgers or who else? Mahomes. I don't think there's anybody besides them that would have an issue with it if they had to do that, because you grew up watching this fucker, man. You know, if you come with me and say, like you said just a minute ago, I'll warm your seat for you, buddy. Here, come on.
I think it also
I'll warm your seat. It stops there, though. Don't be passing me no dirty jock straps or nothing, but I will sit in and hold your seat. I keep it warm.
Now, here's where, like, to me, the reality sets in, and if the Brady Belichick stuff was as bad as it appeared to be, I don't think there's a reunion happening there. I don't see it happening.
Eventually, Brady's going to sign with them, even for just if it's a one-day deal.
That's what I think will happen.
But in 2023, I could see that scenario coming.
I don't.
You've got what's his name? Oh shit, the bearded wonder.
Edelman.
Edelman. You got Julian Edelman. You got Gronk, and Brady could come back there and retire together. Shit, yeah, they'd take it. They'd take that in a fucking.
I see the one day. I don't see Brady going back to play there. I don't.
Let's say they don't make the playoffs this year at all, and then
I don't think they do.
And then Brady comes in there and says that you can bet your ass they're jumping at that deal.
I think it also depends on how Matt Jones plays this season.
And by the way, I tagged Brady in that, so I know he's seen it because he liked it.
To me, it's like, would Brady, like, I'm on the other side. Would Brady want to go back and play there again?
What did you say?
Well, he liked the comment.
Well, yeah, but that's a hypothetical comment. Like,
it is. You're right.
To me, it's just with how bad things were.
In his head.
With how bad things were when
now it's going to eat at him.
I don't think New England's going to be his spot.
The longer you keep talking, it sounds like you're trying to convince yourself.
Me?
No, Alex. He's like, I don't think.
No, I'm back in New England, please. I just got used to Buffalo owning that division.
One, to me, with Brady there, I'm sorry, I still don't think they win the division.
I think they would because they got a good squad, and if Edelman went with him and Gronk,
they got an okay team there.
They got a pretty good squad.
Man. Well, they did better than okay this past season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think they exceeded expectations because
they took us to the wall, man, in one of the lowest scoring games we had all year. Remember?
Oh yeah.
As a matter of fact, the whole deal was okay. Mac Jones was good at Alabama, but that's because he was under Saban. We really only got like you said, we got a 1 year snapshot of what he can do. And the kid, for what he had around him, he balled out. He's a baller. So. I
hate to use this because they used it against Brady all this time, man. But that's a lot of that's the system too. They put him in the right situation where he wasn't going to Justin Fields, Chicago, or the Jets or Jacksonville. He was in a situation where he could actually go out there and do something.
Well,
they made sure of it.
I feel weird saying this about a Belichick Patriots team. I got to see who replaces all these guys on defense that just left.
Oh, and speaking of which, one of the twins is going to be hosting on Good Morning Football.
Jason McCourty, just retired from the Titans. But, somebody's got to replace J.C. Jackson and all that production. Somebody's got to replace Dante Hightower, who was the leader on that defense. Like, you lost some key guys there that you're going to have to fill holes. And they didn't do much to fill either of those holes. So
they just called Deshaun Watson.
I mean, there's also a possibility if he does come back next season. I mean, the Buccaneers are not out of the running. I mean, he could always come back to the Bucs unless the salary cap issue.
That's true too. I mean, I don't rule nothing out when it comes to Brady, man.
Well,
that's my thought is he would go back to Tampa for another year.
Here's the question.
Except we got a bad salary cap problem.
Let's throw a different angle at it though. How long is Fox gonna, or is Fox right? How long are they gonna hold that contract for him? I mean, it's Tom Brady, but they're not gonna hold that.
They said indefinitely.
But at the same time, I think Brady's a good enough businessman not to keep him, at bay for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it would eventually be bad business if he kept playing for a few years and,
So I personally think if he's playing after this year, it's only one more year.
Well, I think
Because, like
after
you
this
said,
year-
I think he's going to feel pressured to go.
I think after this year, you're going to hear a signing about Brady in New England, whether it's just a one-day signing. Or
I think
whatever.
in one day, I
Yeah.
agree with that.
I think this is Brady's
I
last
think-
season.
I think Gronk Edelman is retired as a Patriot if he don't play again, but he wants to play again. Brady wants to play, but Edelman won't go anywhere but the Patriots. So
Yeah.
and
Ladies
Brady's
and
45
gentlemen.
years old. He's 45 years old this year.
Yep.
45.
Jesus,
45.
Christ, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
And
thank
we're
you
talking
for-
about him playing a whole season with the Patriots next year.
Yeah. I don't see it.
And it's not even surprising because the guy can. I can't. I have not seen anything coming. What do you call it? Decline in any of his skill sets. None.
No.
Oh, he can't throw the ball deep. Well, guess what? He damn sure was slinging the ball pretty deep. He out threw Scotty Miller and that diving catch. Come on, man.
When he's never really been that massive of a deep ball thrower.
It was never in their system. He enjoyed. That's why I think he
Yeah.
came here because
That's
he
why he's
enjoys the
probably
fact
still
that
got
he
that
can
arm
show his
strength, 'cause
off.
I think that's it. I was getting ready to say the same
Exactly,
thing.
yeah.
He hadn't had to do
Mhm.
that for his entire career, so he's still got some gas left in the tank.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, August 30th, he's 45.
Thomas Edward Patrick Brady, 45. Man.
So,
And he's still the best
Yeah.
quarterback in the NFL.
Yes.
Or-
so when's this kid going to start playing? Jake from State Farm. Oh man, I forgot to wear my. Damn.
Your
Fred,
state
I'm
factor? Oh.
he's not playing until 50. He
No,
even
already
said he
that
realized he doesn't have 5 years left. Like,
Well, he also said he didn't have any love for the game anymore when he retired last year. And
yeah.
Well, after
I
the
don't-
way
I don't
we
have
lost
it in
that
me to-
game, I wouldn't have any love for it either.
Yeah.
No.
what he should have
Yeah, that
said
was a
is,
rough way
what
to
he
lose.
should have done is done like that Ice Cube meme and been like, I still love my football. I'm kind of in my feelings right now, but I still love my football.
He lies.
I think he got enough time away with the family and the kids. He's like, oh God, I gotta
Yeah, screw
be here with
this.
the kids.
Well, you think
I think I
about
won't
that.
get hit by a 300-pound guy now. That sounds better.
Well,
I
think
should
about
have
that.
known these kids could be so annoying.
He got married. He got married and became a father while he was playing football. So he's never at any point in his life had to be a full-time at-home dad, a full-time at-home husband. And
Wait
then
a
he
minute. They spend more time with their kids and their families during off-season shit than most people working 9 to 5 do.
No, but what I'm saying is year round is what I'm talking about.
Right.
Not off season. I'm talking about January 1st to December 31st, not just when they don't have to be doing stuff during the off
Yeah,
season.
for Brady, not from the middle of February to
Right.
the beginning of August.
Right. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. So then he's like, I got to do this all the time, all year. Hey, coach,
Hell no.
hey,
Well,
coach, can I
to keep
come
your
back?
kids alive that way. I mean, like I was always in either South America, working in Panama or wherever they sent me, and my kids all survived. It's easier to keep your kids alive if you don't have to see them every damn day.
Oh yeah, because there's some days you just want to be like, how hard do I have to? How much pressure? At what point does that become a felony? Like,
You know, I'm doing pretty good at making you guys. So, what's loss of one? I'll just replace you.
I was like, my father was a brilliant man. He said, I brought you in this world, I take you out. And it don't make no difference to me because I make another one look just like you.
I heard that too all my life. And surprisingly, it started coming out of my mouth too. I was like, what? Wait, I've heard this before.
So because of my father from ages 5 to 13, I thought my name was Jesus Christ.
That was a good one. I love that one.
I will go to sit at the table, reach for the milk, knock it over. My father, Jesus Christ, clean up the milk. And then from ages 13 until I moved out of the house, I thought my father was a psychiatrist. Because he'd look at me and he'd go, "Are you crazy?" Anyway, we're back. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to episode 60.
We've survived 60 episodes, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm surprised you made it past 50, 54, 55, whichever one it was.
Yeah.
Y'all came
Surprised
back.
That one's still on the air.
Y'all came back on. Y'all came back on. I was like, ooh, they also got Facebook accounts.
Hey,
I'm
Ain't
surprised
going
we
nowhere,
still had a YouTube account. Went to go check views after the show, and I thought it was already going to be down.
Well, it's gone. My whole page is gone. Where did it go?
Johnny, what are you doing? Are you pulling an Alec? What's going on here?
I got information. Dude.
5 times 2 carry to 3. 10% tip.
Oh, well, our guest is a no-show. That's what I was getting at right there. He pulled out, unlike Deshaun.
unlike Antonio Cromartie.
Yeah.
Or Phillip Rivers.
Or Phillip Rivers, yeah.
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs.
Sean Kemp.
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Johnny Dean.
Shut up.
I mean, like, dude, if you took like Antonio Cromartie, Sean Kemp, Phillip Rivers, and
Vince
Latrell,
Vaughn.
What's that?
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn's got a bunch of kids.
You know,
Did you ever see that movie? Well, okay.
Johnson's got to have some kids out there, man.
I'm just saying,
Remember
like,
he went to the sperm bank, and then he's
Right.
got like 500 kids.
Oh my god! Oh god! Yeah. They could be like the whole. They could do like We Are the World. Or they could do they could refill. Remember, you know that Coca-Cola commercial that used to come on every Christmas, and people with the candles on the hill, and like to teach the world to sing. It could be all of them.
My mama told you was my daddy. She said she asked for it specifically from the sperm bank.
Or do like Don't Be a Menace to South Central. Be like, children, what did you say to the nice man? Are you my daddy?
Well, I guess we can talk about the Kyle Rudolph thing because
now we can talk about that.
Talk about tight ends.
Yeah, me love
ahead,
right
Johnny.
off that conversation.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Just wait till after the show. I'll
Stimulate
show you
us.
Oh my god!
Or maybe I'll just put it on right now. Should I put it on?
No. I'd like this show to stay on the air. Thank you.
By the way, gents, don't forget to get your Mega Millions tickets. It's up to $660 million. Just saying. Sidebar. So we can.
Whew, that's a lot of money for hookers. I mean, card pairs.
Imagine what you do with that money in Arkansas.
2 minutes left in the clock, down by 2 points. What quarterback wide receiver duo are you picking and why?
Brady Evans.
Why?
Montana Rice.
Because Brady Evans. That's why.
Bradshaw and Swan.
Catches Evans has made in the end zone. Yeah, Brady Evans all day.
I was gonna say Bradshaw to Swan.
Oh,
that or Stallworth. That's not bad either.
Yeah, Swan or Stallworth. Money in the bank.
Don't worry, Marty. She's a
Stallback Pearson would be good.
Don't worry, Marty. She's an Eagles fan. You know, a team.
Or Aikman and Irvin.
All right.
Pennsylvania.
Trey Aikman, Michael Irvin.
I'm still going Brady.
No, I know. I'm just giving out another one. Wait.
My Lions one, I'd do Stafford, do Megatron.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
That is
Except,
a good
you
one.
know, they don't like to call it a catch.
Yeah, don't
Big
get me
Ben
started.
to,
Brady Moss was what immediately came to mind for me, though.
Big Ben to Antonio Brown before he completely lost his mind.
I want to say Rivers.
Big
and,
Ben to Santonio Holmes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Holmes.
Rivers to Vincent Jackson.
I'm
Ooh,
gonna
I like
Vincent
that.
Jackson, good one.
I'm gonna say this and don't laugh me out of the stadium, but Matt Ryan to Roddy White.
I'm not laughing.
No, that's not bad.
No, that's good.
That's not a bad one at
That's
all.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
They had a trifecta at one time, man.
And they pissed it all away.
Or go with Peyton Manning and Reggie Wayne.
Yeah.
Or Marvin Harrison.
Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, don't go to Marvin Harris.
Um,
Don't go to Marvin Harrison's car wash.
Kurt Warner and Isaac Bruce, or oh my God, who was the second one he had?
Torrey Holt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
McNabb to Barber. That's a good one.
That's the best.
I was thinking Culpepper or Moss when the Vikings was feared back in the 90s.
Culpepper to either to Carter or Moss, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I need to start fucking starring these comments, man. There's been some great comments in here tonight.
Yeah.
You guys are bringing it tonight, by the way. Way to go.
Ooh, I got one for you. Rookie season, Jameis Winston to any opposing team's defense.
Yeah.
Usually a
I thought
linebacker
about
or a
that.
safety.
Yeah.
Turnover.
Can I get a McPick-6? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Shout out to my man Chisel Adonis.
Oh yeah, I love the stuff he does. That's awesome.
What was
He's
his
got a
name?
man, but he plays for the other team.
I can't remember the quarterback's name, man.
Huh?
On Don Coryell's offense.
Phelps.
Fouts. Yeah, Dan Fouts to anybody with Stickum.
Oh man. Hey, remember the commercial? Was it Fouts or was it Stabler where and Johnny, you're probably only on the person on the panel old enough to remember where he would take the can of Pennzoil and throw it, and it was a pickup truck moving down the field.
Yeah.
And he threaded the needle right into the empty spot where the one can was missing.
Yep. Dan Marino, oh come on, the Clayton.
Oh yeah,
brothers,
to the
holy
Mark
shit.
brothers, Clayton and Duper.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give you another one. Warren Moon to Hayward Jeffries.
Oh, that's you know what? That one had slipped my mind completely, dude.
The old Oilers team back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Super Duper or Clayton.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's Marino.
Who were the receiver? Who were the stud receivers in Oakland when Stabler was quarterback?
Oh.
Tim.
I have to look that shit up.
Oh.
You didn't think about the receivers. You really, even with Stabler Day, you didn't think about the offense. You always thought about that fucking defense, dude.
Yeah, the defense was phenomenal.
Do you know
but I mean,
another good receiver combo? Even though the quarterback was subpar, Matt Schaub and Andre Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Good one.
Cliff
Good one.
Branch for the Raiders. Remember with Casper Branch and
Yeah,
Casper?
goes
and
to the
those guys?
post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrell
That's what I thought of
Owens,
when you
Jeff
said
Garcia.
Stabler.
In
I
his
mean,
day, Roger Staubach and anybody. He wasn't called Captain Comeback for nothing, man.
this is a
Kurt Warner, Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Except Jack Dupree
Good
because
one.
he couldn't keep the fucking ball in his hands in the end zone.
Big Ben and San Antonio. I mean, that's a little bit of a cheat because that's exactly they did win the game.
And
One of the greatest. One of
That's
the
the
greatest.
second
One of the
time that's
greatest.
been said. So
Oh, has it?
yeah, Alex said it. a minute ago.
Jim
Right after
Kelly
you
and
said AB.
Andre Reed.
Oh my God, Mark Brunell and Jackson.
Oh, you bastard! I thought of that one.
I can't think of the wide receiver's name.
What, Jim Kelly and Andre Reed?
Yeah, Jim
Hmm.
Kelly, Andre Reed. That's a good one.
Torrey Holt?
Yeah.
Is that what Torrey Holt?
Marty, are you
Terry.
thinking about the year that Washington beat Dallas both times, both in Dallas and at home? It was I think it was Brunel. I think it was Brunel and Santana Moss.
Oh no, this is in Jacksonville.
Oh, okay.
Jerry's. Oh, what's his name? Something Smith. Back in Jacksonville.
Jimmy Smith.
Jimmy Smith. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't put that at the top. I thought Torrey Holt in Jacksonville was a beast. I can't remember who was throwing him the ball. I think it was Brunel, though.
Kurt Warner.
Mhm.
No, in Jacksonville. Not with the Rams.
I didn't even know Holt played.
Yeah, it was in the end of his career, man.
Yeah.
Where he was. Torrey Holt's always been a beast, man. Look at his fingers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or you can go Dan Fouts and
I always wanted
Charlie
to ask
Quinter.
Torrey Holt if I could talk to Torrey
Yeah.
Holt. I would ask him, why didn't you just pull the Ronnie Lott thing?
Just cut him off.
Just cut that
Oh.
bitch off.
I really
Well,
wish.
Oh,
I really wish.
Okay. Oh, I was going to give you a good one. Boomer to Chris Collinsworth. Esiason
Yeah.
Collinsworth. That was a.
yeah.
Well, here's a guy, Al.
Chris, what's his name? Damn it. Chris Sims, and anybody on the Bucs squad.
I'll
Worst
one up
part.
you.
I don't
I'll
think
say
Chris Sims couldn't even hit Joey Galloway. Come on, man.
Oh, here's
Let's
one.
do
Was
this.
Harrington and any of the Lions receivers at the time?
Okay.
Or Wowski,
Jamarcus-
whatever. Take your pick.
Jamarcus
Yeah.
Russell.
Jamarcus
Yeah.
Russell, Jamarcus
And a plate of
Russell,
spaghetti.
and McDonald's Big Mac.
Ryan Leaf.
Oh no, that's a good
Graham.
wide,
That's a hit.
that's a good wide receiver combo. He never missed a meal.
What Ryan Leaf and Jeff Graham?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. That's a serious
Winston
one.
to Deshaun. Yeah.
You
That
can't
was
throw the
decent,
fucking
yeah.
ball to Deshaun.
Well, no, you know what was a surprising
Fitzmagic
quarterback
to
duo
anyone.
was Fitzpatrick and
You can't really
JP
say that
Lossman?
because the guy,
JP Lossman and Eric Molds.
Oh,
and you really
I'm
had to
on-
give
I'm
that
on-
one.
give receptions, though.
My
I'm
freaking
gonna-
mom
I'm gonna-
hates JP Lossman. She hates him so bad. She's a Bills fan.
EJ Manuel to Sammy Watkins.
Oh gosh. You know what the worst part was when the Bills drafted EJ Manuel? My mom was so happy, and then when she saw him play, she's like, "They need to trade this motherfucker."
He got fucking kicked off the team for fucking Tyrod, man. Taylor. Not Taylor.
I'm
Well,
gonna
yeah.
back I'm
Go on,
gonna
Taylor,
back the
yeah.
conversation up about 5 minutes and go into good quarterback wide receiver duos. Did anybody say McNabb to Deshaun Jackson?
No,
No, but
that's
they
a
should
good
have.
That's a good-
one.
Oh,
They should have.
The
I
Monday
would have
Night
thought
Massacre.
a Vic to Deshaun Jackson.
The Monday Night Massacre, dude. There was the midday drive sports station. This guy went on a rant. I will send the link to you guys. The host went on a rant after the Monday Night Massacre that was so epic. It has become the most listened to radio segment in Washington sports radio history. Because he was hosting the show with LeVar
You were
Arrington.
talking that part of Donovan McNabb, the Washington McNabb.
No, not the Washington
Oh.
McNabb. I'm talking about the
In that
Philadelphia
Washington
McNabb.
game.
Because he was still
Oh,
in
okay.
Philadelphia. That was the Monday night that Philadelphia just absolutely embarrassed Washington.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because the first play from scrimmage was McNabb to Deshaun. He just torched the entire secondary.
Yeah.
Hey,
Who
Alex,
the
I
hell
have
was
another.
that?
I have another worst quarterback receiver combo going down your alley. Dan Orlovsky and Sean McDonald.
I thought about that one. I thought about Sean McDonald. I thought about Mike Furry. I thought about,
Bro, they
thought
will
about
never.
any of those 08 Lions.
They never let Dan down. Let that moment down where he ran.
Ran
Outside
out
the
the back
end
of the
zone.
end zone.
What
Leave that
about
pin-
Carson Palmer
leave that pinned
and
up there.
Pat Johnson?
That's a good one.
Leave that pinned up
Yeah.
there. I'm going to address that in a minute. Mr. Fred sways it more now. See, I tried not to let. I tried. You know, Skip Bayless. I tried very hard not to. I tried to sit over here, and I wasn't going to say nothing. But see, obviously, somebody showed up late to the conversation, or they were not paying attention. They was trying to TikTok during the conversation. They missed the part where I talked about in the syllabus. But we did happen to mention one Matty Ice and his combination to Roddy White, and then we also mentioned his combination with one Antonio Gonzalez from the Kansas City Chiefs. Now you're not gonna sit over there and act like we didn't have some good receivers that played in Atlanta. Now I might not have played for Atlanta. You know, I had to take the big money and go somewhere where we was actually going to win a Super Bowl championship. Sorry about that, Falcons fans, but you know I gotta keep it real. Shay keeps it real. But there was some good combinations in Atlanta, and that's all I gotta say about that. Now Shay gonna go cook up some hot L's for you, since you won't come at me the wrong way.
I mean, they had some good numbers when they was getting beat
I'm
by
not.
40
I'm
or
not going
Sunday.
to. Dude, Matty Ice. Since Matty Ice, I can't say worse on anything on that.
I can, as a Falcons fan. The thing about Matty Ice was, if he had a lead, he got you. Now that season that they went, the season that they went to the Super Bowl was probably his best season because he was. I'm sorry, the season they went 13-3, so that would have been in 2010, 2011, something like that. Like they mollywopped everybody that year. Matter of fact, I think it was your boy's rookie season, Josh. Josh Winston nuts. I'm just saying that. I just
Josh Winston.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry about it. We might be bad now, but we'll get there. That's coming. It was a season. It was Josh's rookie season. That's the reason I specifically remember. I just don't remember what season that was. They went 13-3. That was the first season I ever saw Matty Ice all season long. If he was down, he was still going to bring the team back. If he had a lead, he didn't give it up. But later seasons, it got to a point where you couldn't get too far behind because then he was going to start trying to force plays. And one thing you could always count on was if you were trying to cover, especially if it was a must-win game to get in the playoffs, and Matty Ice in the pocket, steps back to pass, looks left, throws right, interception, Matt Ryan.
Did Anthony, I got to ask you something. Where was Michael Vick and Roddy White? What about that combination?
Overshadowed by Michael Vick running.
Yeah, pretty much. Because
when he threw the ball,
that's the point.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
could throw the ball, but the problem was that all the hype was about when he took off running, and then they called him the human. Yeah. They called him the human joist. That one play where he stopped and did a front flip over the defender into the end zone.
But there were plays where Vic would throw to White. There were some good plays there.
Roddy White was a baller, man. He was straight up baller.
Right here, I'm like 50-50 on it because of the Carolina Panthers receiving core. That's what we're saying.
DJ Moore, I think he's going to have a great connection with DJ Moore there.
Yeah, we'll see.
See, I think
that's going to be an outlet.
He's more flourishing Plummet, but I wouldn't say he's going to flourish. Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, well, it took Brady 8 games to catch up to the playbook, so it's going to take Baker a while to actually come into it.
It's Baker's playbook, though. It's not that complex.
Hey Johnny, just say the Eagles are going to the division. You'll make her night. Don't worry.
Well, the Eagles are going to win the division. I don't think that's even a question, really.
You just hurt the feelings of thousands of Cowboys and Commanders fans by saying that.
Shit. Let me play the violin for Cowboy fans crying right now. Ask them they want some wine.
Yeah, Harry Douglas is the guy I was trying to think of.
Harry
Douglas.
He was that third piece of that fucking trifecta they had there, man. He was a bad boy.
I've only done a couple shows with Marty, but Marty, you a little instigator over there, man.
Yeah, he's been around the block a couple times.
Ramona has some really good ones for bad quarterback receivers.
No, here's the answer to that. No, I'm sorry, Sean Spencer, but no.
I have another bad quarterback receiving combination: Jimmy Clausen and Steve Smith.
Oof.
Smith made Clausen
or Curtis Painter and Pierre Garçon.
Or Anthony Brown and somebody else.
Bruce Gradkowski was Buccaneer to anybody.
I got one nobody will fucking say because they love the guy, but Steve Young and any Buccaneer player when he was with the Bucs. He had had no accuracy whatsoever, man. None.
Charlie Whitehurst and Kendall Wright.
They just tried to write up schemes for him to run and shit, and that's why he hated football. But he had to sit behind Joe Montana to become the passer that he became.
Or you got Johnny Manziel and Dwayne Bowe.
Oh my God, yeah, that was brutal.
I got one for you. Since
Joey
you
Harrington.
Manziel, what wide receiver helped their quarterback the most?
Jerry Rice.
You know, Mike Evans made Johnny Manziel's money.
Yeah.
Joey Harrington
judging by Mike Evans' stats.
I said that one earlier.
Even when we had a bad quarterback,
DeAndre
say-
Hopkins helped Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
But that's why when everybody tries to say Mike Evans is those some analysts will say he's not really the top 5. He is. Even when he had a
He's
bad
just
quarterback,
outside the top 5.
He's top 10, definitely. Top
He's,
5.
he's definitely top 10. He's like that 7-8 range.
Yeah.
but even when he had a bad quarterback and a bad team, he still put the numbers each year.
Who's that?
What?
I said, who is he talking about?
Evans.
Mike Evans.
Oh, okay,
Mike
yeah.
Evans.
To address this, Baker Mayfield is not a bad nor good quarterback. He's an average quarterback. He's Alex Smith, people. You put him in the right system, and he's going to be just like he's going to manage it. He took the Browns were struggling with good teams for a long time. All right, they had so many number 1 draft picks, dude. That defense
he helped them, but come on, he had a good defense. He had a good defense.
It's the same
a great
system
running game.
Ben,
You
it's the same as what Alex Smith took over. Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's never going to be a great quarterback. Nobody will ever put him in that category.
No, God, no.
But what he is he's an Alex Smith. He's a great game manager, dude.
I think Alex Smith's a little better than Baker Mayfield.
Well, people didn't think so when Alex Smith was in San Francisco. Remember back when we were people were talking about he might be traded to the Bucs, and everybody was no, we don't want that bum. Guess what? Same guy.
Jim Harbaugh showed up and helped him revitalize.
Hey, just saying, if a helmet to helmet would have been called, the Browns would have won that playoff game.
If
just saying,
pigs had wings, they would have been
called
when they fucking take a shit.
Yeah, you're opening up a can of worms that we dealt with for over half an hour a couple shows ago.
Right?
Me, Johnny, and Ben.
And guess who proved right? Alex?
Yeah. I'll admit I was wrong.
Johnny never will, but
I will when you do.
No, well, when I'm
I don't even know what we're talking about. I just want to argue with you.
The refs costing teams game argument.
Well, that you can argue all day long. When the NFL says it happened, then it happened, dude.
Well,
refs have been fired for making calls like that.
It didn't cost the game. Come on, enough.
It cost that play, but it didn't cost the game because they still got the ball.
Each this is football. Each play makes a difference. It's a game
but
of fucking inches, dude. It's a game of inches,
but they kicked a field goal, had a chance to stop the Rams from kicking a field goal to send it to overtime, couldn't do it. Got the ball back in overtime.
How did the game go all along? It's not like a defense can just go out there and
it went back and forth.
Shit, they never had done all game long, right?
It went back and forth.
I mean, you put the other team in the same situation. Could they have overcome it?
We don't.
I don't know. It didn't happen.
Never know. Yeah.
Top 3 worst head coaches.
Lehman Bennett.
No.
Now, are we talking all time or currently in the league?
All time.
Matt Patricia.
Greg Schiano.
Urban Meyer.
Hugh Jackson.
Urban Meyer is up there, yeah.
Dirk
Freddie
Cutter.
Kitchens.
I don't care. As bad as Schiano was, he was not as bad as Lehman Bennett or Ray Perkins.
Schiano, Dirk Cutter, Lehman Bennett. You're welcome.
I think Lehman Bennett.
No, I didn't hear Matt Patricia on that list.
Lehman Bennett was the worst friggin' 3-a-day coach in the history of football. That son of a bitch wore his team out, and they couldn't even get up and play on a fucking game.
Who would think that's a good idea?
He was horrible, man. If you ask anybody, any Buccaneer player, former Buccaneer player, who the fucking worst head coach was, and they will tell you Lehman Bennett. He wore their asses out, dude.
Hugh Jackson.
Okay, let's do.
Yeah, I threw his name out there too.
Hugh Jackson, yeah.
Bobby
What
Petrino.
about current head coaches? Though?
Yeah, it's Bobby Petrino. I can see that.
Petrino,
Literally quit mid-season.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome, Ricky. Thank you for commenting.
Yeah. Thanks for giving us the topics to talk about.
Yes. absolutely.
We were in dire need of him. Timothy, Alex Smith was a dog when he was with San Francisco. Everybody wanted to nobody wanted him. Nobody. When he went to Kansas City, everybody wanted him. Everybody wanted him because they ran a system that he could run.
I want to say Chip
he
Kelly
did pretty
was head
well.
coach, but
Couldn't throw. Now you talk about somebody who couldn't throw the deep ball. He could not.
I don't
throw
know
a
about
deep
that
ball.
though, Alec.
I mean, college-wise, yes. NFL is. I feel like he got
College-wise,
put-
not even. College-wise,
No, I'm saying
he's
no. I'm
Oh.
not saying. I said not bad in college. But I'm saying NFL. I feel like he got put in the wrong team, kind of in the situation they were in.
he tried to do
I'm like-
too much too quick. That was his problem.
Because he's trying to do use that same kind of college playbook and use it in the NFL.
Well, I mean,
No, it wasn't.
that
This
one
was
was
hard
on that.
working.
This was hard to
Look,
argue.
look
with.
at Nick Foles. That one was working. Like 27 touchdowns and like 2 picks or whatever it was. Like the offense was working. It was he tried to take too much control of that organization, and they weren't having it. So then it just caused it. No, Chip Kelly.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, he tried to take over too much of that organization, and they pushed him right back out.
He won.
His offense was working.
He won. Yeah. His offense was working, but he kept his defense on the field too much.
Yeah.
There's one that just popped in my head. He was the coach of the New York Jets. What's his name? Adam Gase.
Adam Gase.
Adam Gase.
Good-
He was brutal.
Good offensive
Yeah.
coordinator, that's it.
Ben, your eyes aren't big enough.
You can't beat this when David's got the winner hands down, dude. I don't think anybody in the league's ever fucking been worse than this shit. Not even Saban when he tried his shot. I mean, he had
Urban has. I mean, that's low of the low. Yeah.
Like to me,
Well,
I think the two worst coaches we've seen recently are him and Freddie Kitchens.
I still think Urban wins hands down.
Oh yeah, Urban's number one. Yeah.
Horrible.
the thing with Saban when he came into the league was that there were certain things that he wanted to do with the team when he came in, and the ownership group was like, "No, we're not supporting any of it." And so, I mean, they didn't give him. I'm not saying. Who knows? Who knows what would have been if things if he had gotten what he needed? That's what it was, because he wanted Drew Brees.
I don't know.
That's what it was. He wanted Drew Brees.
Wayne Fontes, Lions old head coach.
Yeah.
I don't think he was that bad of a coach.
No, I think he would take them to the playoffs.
Yeah,
they won that's the last time they won a playoff game.
Yeah.
I forgot to get to that topic. Our guest didn't show up, so we didn't talk about Kyle Rudolph and the tight ends. Okay, Kyle Rudolph's a Buck. I don't know what his contract's for. That's a year.
1 year.
It's got to be that veteran minimum or whatever. Like he's not.
I
There's
think
no
it's
risk,
a good thing for Kyle Rudolph. I think it's better for Kyle Rudolph than the Bucs. It gives Brady that outlet, and with Brady liking tight ends like he does, he's going to get a lot of targets. I think that might revive his career a little bit there.
It's low risk.
You see the
high
joke
reward.
Brady made?
Mm-hmm.
No.
He
Not a
said, because
great
you're from
blocker,
Notre Dame,
but-
you can't be my first you can't be my first look.
Oh yeah, Notre Dame, Michigan.
It's a low reward, low risk, high reward.
He's got great hands.
Yeah.
He can't.
Cade Otton's been cleared now for practice, so I'm not worried about the tight ends.
No, you guys will be just fine with that position.
Yeah. Yep.
Blackie, you showed up, so you're on time, buddy.
Yep.
He's trying to be like me, show up late.
Yeah.
We got to get a nickname for you, man.
Punctual. Ben Punctual Cornet.
I don't know that a squib kick would have changed much.
We're reading the same thing.
I was like, what kind of what in the Japanese steakhouse are we talking about right now? Like, I just had this. Seriously, I had this whole mental image of like them with the cake. And have you seen the videos where they put the salt on the squid and the salt makes the tentacles twitch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I see that.
See, I thought of that the first few times I read it, and then I was like, oh, squib kick. Yeah, like I don't. Yeah. I don't think it makes that much of a difference in that game.
Don't worry, Johnny. Ramona's in the same boat as you. She loves tight ends.
Dave Campo. Oh my.
I'm not sure. I don't even know who
Jason Garrett.
who in the planet likes a loose end.
Yeah.
Nobody.
There are people in that facility where Mr. R. Kelly is.
See nothing wrong.
You're welcome, Johnny. I was with you.
Thank you very much.
He pitched it out there. None of y'all took a swing at it. I was like, I got it.
I was just leaving that one alone.
I'm not sure he likes more, the golden showers or the loose ends.
Oh man, Christopher's really wanting us to work tonight here.
Top three best and
On
top
each
three
team?
on each team. That's a lot.
Oh God,
That's
we'll
like
be here
3
all
whole
night
shows
long.
in itself. Damn.
What are you doing, Christopher? Come on.
Atlanta's. I can tell you, Atlanta's 2 best coaches were Dan Reeves.
Yeah.
And Jesus, I forgot his
Jerry
name.
Glanville.
Jerry
Laugh
Glanville,
about it, but that Red Rocket system worked right.
Well,
hell for a
here's
while,
the thing.
man.
Here's the thing with Jerry Glanville. Jerry Glanville brought some excitement to Atlanta because wasn't that him with the? I think that was him with the black jerseys. He was the one that would ride the motorcycle to the
The
facility.
leather jacket.
With the leather jacket, he was leaving tickets
for Elvis at the gate.
Yeah, leaving tickets for Elvis at the gate. Like he brought a little something to the table. So, in a roundabout way, yeah, because he was the one that ushered in the Dirty Birds era.
He ushered in that red rifle, which was what we're playing today. Everybody's using it now. You know.
Yeah. So I'll give him that. So Dan Reeves, Jerry Glanville at the bottom of the list. Dan Reeves, who I think, they weren't going to beat Elway, but I think they would have been more competitive if they didn't have the distraction of Eugene Robinson trying to solicit the services of an undercover police officer during Super Bowl weekend. And Lord have mercy,
Dirty Bird. Dirty Bird. Right?
Dirty Birds.
And I feel horrible because I can't remember the name of the coach that took him to the last Super Bowl.
Oh, Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. No
Dude,
love for Dan Quinn.
You got me with this
No,
touchdown. I have no idea who that is. That's a Jets. I'm assuming Jets fight song.
I would assume so.
Now, as far as the 3 worst coaches,
Fireman Ed.
you know how bad you have to be when your number 1 fan retires from going to your games
and goes to Miami.
He went to Miami?
He went to Miami and then he came back.
Oh.
That Fireman Ed, dude.
I bet every year when he went to a preseason game, he was like Rob Snyder from The Water Boy. Oh no, we suck again. And he just finally got fed up. Like, we're moving. We're done.
David, I'm kind of the same mind. Greg Schiano came in. He had a mission. The ownership had a mission with Greg, and he accomplished that. He was a better defensive coach. He never should have been a head coach. Never.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
In the NFL, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Anthony, what were you going to say about the 3 worst Falcons coaches?
I believe Lehman Bennett was also at one point the coach of the Falcons.
I think so.
And see ya.
Bobby Petrino, come on, you got to put him in that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just gonna stop there because everybody else at least brought something to the table and tried to do something to implement something. You could tell that they were trying to make changes, but
Dirk
what
Cutter.
about Jim Mora Jr.? What about him? What were your thoughts on Jim Mora?
Jim,
took you to an NFC Championship game. I mean, that counts for something. I mean,
but I guess I think I'm gonna stay where I'm gonna stay. I think I'm gonna stay with the 2 coaches that got to the Super Bowl as far as the best.
Okay.
Those two number 1, and then Glanville, just because he took the Falcons and turned them this direction. Because the days of the grit split, Steve Barkowski was gone, Billy White Shoes Johnson was gone, William Andrews was gone, and they just kind of were like, "Well, guys, we're just gonna show up and hope they don't kill us." And they kind of were an afterthought in Atlanta because at that time the Hawks were surging. They had Dominique and Spud Webb. The Braves were doing their thing. They won the World Series, and the Falcons were just kind of And Glanville came in and said, "This is what we're gonna do. Give me some black jerseys. I need a leather jacket and a motorcycle, and we're leaving tickets at the gate for Elvis every week." And all of a sudden, Atlanta fell in love with the Dirty Bird. Dion.
They were exciting to watch. That Grits Blitz
Yeah.
was a blast, man. I loved watching those guys walk out there and not show up in the formation or anything, and then just surprise people. Just throw it out there, you know.
Yeah, but
and
that was
Red Rifle system. They had the perfect. That was a great system to run.
Yeah, but and then on top of that, Deion Sanders was doing what Deion Sanders was doing, and it ushered in a whole new era in Atlanta of football. So even though he might not have been one of the winningest coaches in franchise history, he definitely
gave an identity.
Yeah, he gave them an identity, which they still have 20 some odd years later.
Yeah, right.
So those are my three. And having said that, gentlemen, I just saw what time it is, and I got an early day tomorrow. I do appreciate y'all. I do appreciate
Anthony, man. It's always fun having you, bro.
Always.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you.
Been a lot of fun.
Hey, I'm gonna leave this with you. You drop the ball, you run a mile. You miss a block, you run a mile. And if you fumble the ball, I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts.
Remember the Titans.
And then you will run a mile.
I love it. I'm going to watch that this weekend.
Will you ever quit? No, but real talk, you can find me at Mr. Fingers on the old YouTubers. That's where we do live podcasts of This Week in SEC Football. You can also find me on at Zagnif Productions on the IG and Zagnif Productions on YouTube. So, and by the way, I'm surprised I haven't heard anybody say this the entire show. Folks, if you're here watching this show right now with these guys right here, these very guys that I'm talking to you about right now, I'm telling you right now. I can't do the Denzel lip. You guys right now, you make sure you like, you subscribe, you share. Let your people know these guys are doing good things here, and they come on here and they put on a really good show. And for about 15 minutes out of every 2-hour show, they talk about football. So, yep, that's what.
15. That's giving us too much credit.
Yeah. Yeah. So, gentlemen, I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen of America. Thank you for watching this week's edition of NFL Edition, show number 60. They're not going off, but I'm getting ready to sign off for the evening. So, good night, good luck, and may the odds forever be in your favor.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I got that sir out there just in time.
I'm waiting for him to pop right back.
Oh, wait, I forgot to tell you something.
Oh, yeah, Mike Smith. How can we forget about Mike Smith?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I know for the Lions, it's way easier to come up with bad coaches than good coaches. Actually, no, it's easier to come up with good coaches because there's only been like 2 or 3 of them.
Nobody in the chats had a problem coming up with bad coaches, man. People I've completely forgotten about.
Well, it's like for the Lions, it's like the 2 best coaches are Fonts and Jim Caldwell.
I don't know, man, how many comments are in this chat, but every one of them should get a star.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Alex, go ahead and list the bad ones. We got.
We don't have enough time for that.
Since the franchise started.
You know what? I think Schwartz might be the 3rd best coach.
Schwartz was not that bad. He
wasn't that bad. I think give it some time and Campbell can work his way into that. He's nowhere. He's not near it now. But I think give it 2, 3, 4 more years if they start winning some games here. He can.
And if they stick with them, that's the key.
Yeah.
They got to stick with them. They can't just be like, oh my God, after 2 years, we got to get the pressure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And by the way, when we were talking the bad quarterback receiver tandems, I wanted to throw a bad quarterback tight end tandem from that 2008 Lions team. Dan Orlovsky to Dan Campbell.
Oh Lord! I forgot
Dan
about
Campbell
that
was
one.
the starting tight end on the 2008
What about
0-16
Dan
Lions.
Orlovsky, Stephen A. Smith? Now that's a bad deal, right?
Oh,
How did it come to this?
to what?
I mentioned Kyle Rudolph and the tight end thing went crazy for a second. And then bad coaches now. 3 bad, 3 good each team. You think we could work on that for next week?
Yeah.
I think what we're gonna have to do is there's 5 of us here. Everyone's gonna have to take a few teams. We can't.
Okay,
I don't think all of us looking at 32 is gonna work.
No.
I
No,
think-
we'll go with like
I don't got enough time for
half
that.
the league, maybe half or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's. So
I'm
long.
assuming Alex will go for the Lions.
Yeah, I'll take the Lions. Sure. Why the hell not?
I'll take the Raiders since I'm in Las
Ooh,
Vegas. Might as well.
Right. That's hard to find. Well, they've had some bad coaches, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
I mean, when you first think of the Raiders, it's easy to come up with 3 good ones, but coming
Right,
up with
yeah.
3 bad ones is.
Man,
I don't even.
Well, you
I
can
don't
throw
remember
Lane
the
Kiffin
Raiders'
in
bad
there.
coaches.
You can throw
Bill Callahan. Hello. Like
Bill Callahan. Yep, that was gonna be the next one I said.
Rams, you could just make a
Tom
whole
Cable.
long
I
list.
mean,
Tom Cable. Yeah. Wow. We came up with 3 bad ones already.
Come up
2
with the
so far.
3 worst Steelers fucking coaches.
Oh, I threw
Now, that's
Lane
gonna be
Kiffin in there.
hard. They've only had 9 fucking coaches in their whole career.
Yeah, the Steelers. Yeah. Good luck making the list.
right. I just wouldn't even put them on the list. I mean,
Yeah.
But
I
they
don't
had
think-
40 years of losing, so there's got to be bad coaching in there somewhere.
Well, you know you can fill the good list easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just throw their last 3 fucking coaches in there.
Right.
There you go.
Honestly, still
Teams
take the
with the
Dolphins.
All right.
teams with the most fun trying to do bad coaches: Browns, Jets, teams like
Yeah.
that. You got so many to pick through.
Browns and Jets. Oh, that'd be like a whole episode right there.
You could,
Yes.
yeah. David's got a point here. You could put Gruden in as good and bad for the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah. Honestly.
Okay, is there anybody else? Let's narrow this fucking down a little bit. Is there any other teams that have a coach like Gruden who was really good for the team and really bad for the team at the same time?
Oh goodness. Bill Parcells, Dallas Cowboys.
I think Lovie Smith would have to fit into that category. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovie
Yeah.
Smith. Yeah.
He brought back into the car. Where'd the black guy go? Of course, I show up and he's not here.
I don't know, sir. Where did he go?
Yeah, you got to come on earlier, man. What do you?
Yeah.
Well, I can. No, not Bill Belichick. Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
He's not here.
Nah, Bill Belichick was successful even with the Browns.
Yeah.
I think he
Yeah.
went out to watch the Falcons practice at their local we got Landfield where they practice at in Atlanta.
Wow. Oh.
God.
I missed what did Marty say? I've been reading these comments.
He said that
Big
Anthony
balls.
went to go watch Ravens practice at the local landfill.
Falcons
Hey, Marty,
practice.
you should dance. You should dance to Go ahead and dance right now.
I think we got a little
No.
rivalry going here with Marty and
Yeah.
He's a
Anthony.
Falcons fan.
Yeah.
Sorry, got to.
I don't know who's going to bring it the most.
Ray
Fred or
Rhodes.
Marty.
Ooh.
Thank you.
If you're talking good and bad, like, I'd say he's more bad than good, but could Jason Garrett fall into that conversation?
He's like the ultimate mediocre guy. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
That's
He's the ultimate middleman.
Tom Coughlin?
Oh,
Tom
that's not
Coughlin
bad.
was great, and then
And brutal at the same
Yeah.
time.
he's great with he was great with the Jaguars too. So
Yeah, but that last little spurt with the Giants was awful.
Oh, I'll
Well,
give you one.
so was Don
Dennis
Shula,
Green.
but nobody's
Dennis
calling him.
Green. How about Dennis Green?
Green, yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be good.
oh Kubiak, ugh,
Oh, yeah, Kubiak.
Oh, yep.
Good one.
Herm
Good
Edwards.
Oh,
one. Oh, I can't say that because of his fucking rant. I just can't.
Play
I love
to
that
win
rant,
the
man.
game.
oh.
What about Dennis
Playoffs.
Green? Oh, is it
Jim
Dennis
Mora, there
Green
you
from
go.
the
Jim Mora, yeah.
Cardinals?
Yeah. Diddly
Number
squat.
one investor in the clapper.
Oh yeah,
Well,
Cowboys.
The
He
Dallas
threw an
Cowboys are kind of like the Steelers, except for the last since Jerry Jones has taken over. But that they were limited to so many coaches too. So
Here's
Jason
one.
Garrett.
Here's one. Sam Weiss.
he was a good quarterback. I mean, good coach. He was
He's
a good
coach, but he
for
had
the
some
Bucs,
bad
even.
teams too. He did have some bad years too. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, yeah, he was expected to win 10 games the last season he played here, and he dumped that ball.
yeah.
What about Mike McCarthy?
But I think that was a lot to do with.
Yeah.
Oh, Chip Kelly. Yeah, we brought him up earlier. He fits into this conversation, I think.
Yeah, he does.
I wonder if Jason Garrett ever stopped playing.
Or does he really? Wait a minute. Can we call Chip Kelly? I can call Chip Kelly a bad coach because he knew that scheme wasn't going to hold up. Not in
No.
the NFL. And
But
and what he did was he tore his team up with it. He had the dream team, remember? That's a team that
Yeah.
should have won the Super Bowl.
well, that was a Vince Young dubbed dream team. Okay, like let's. I like.
Yeah, but all right.
Mm.
Vince Young to the aside, man. That team was loaded, dude. It was stacked.
Oh, it was a very good team. But
If he hadn't destroyed his defense by keeping him on the field so long, I think. Well, and it's not even that original of a scheme because that's what the Buffalo Bills ran. That hurry up offense was what they ran the whole time. And they went to 4 Super Bowls. So how good or bad are they? Because they beat everybody in the AFC, hands down. They just couldn't handle the NFC.
yeah.
And it's basically the same system that Jim Kelly.
Hey, I'll give you one
Chip
here.
Kelly ran. Hey, it's
I'll
the
give you
Kelly
one.
brothers.
Yeah, I'll give you one. Mike Shanahan,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
especially in his Washington days.
Romeo Crennel. Yeah.
Fred, Joe Gibbs wasn't that great. I mean,
He won a Super Bowl though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did, but
And he did take the Redskins back to the playoffs when he came out of retirement.
I mean, Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl doesn't mean he's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
yeah.
Marvin Lewis. Yeah, that's a really good one.
Oh God, what
Marvin
happened?
Lewis
He had like
got to the
15
playoffs
years.
so many times. He's a good regular season coach, and then
Yeah, it was like
bad
15 years, 11 playoff appearances, 0 playoff wins. Like,
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
you got to learn, Marvin. What you do is you take the good plays that you've come up with through the season, and then you hold on to them. And then in the end of the season, when you get to the playoffs, then you make up your playoff playbook. You see, there's a big difference, dude.
yeah.
Yep.
Jeff Fisher.
Your playoff playbook should look nothing like your fucking regular season playbook. Nothing.
Jeff Fisher, Mr. 7-9 bullshit.
Yeah.
Jeff Fisher from the Rams or the Titans?
Both.
Anywhere else?
Both.
I would say the Titans. Titans, Jeff
Oilers?
Fisher was both good and bad.
Oilers?
Or, yeah.
Uh,
I think he was surprisingly good with the Titans, actually.
Yeah, I went to a Super Bowl, so
Yeah.
yeah.
They
I think that was
launched
one of those ones kind of like the
What about Mike
Tom
Holmgren?
Coughlin.
This is an
Mike
interesting-
Holmgren, yeah. I think that one
But
fits.
he had more winning seasons though. He didn't really have any bad seasons. Maybe that's a bad one. He's had a lot. Most of his seasons were winning seasons.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to respond about Mike Schottenheimer because I kind of like him.
He was
Spags,
Dave
great
Campbell.
defensive coach. Spagnola,
Didn't the Cowboys
Great
have a coach
defensive
called
coach.
Dave Campbell?
huh?
What's that?
Speak up, Marty. Is he frozen?
I think we lost. Oh,
Blink if you can hear us, Marty. Blink if
he's
you're
moving now. I can see him. What did you say, Marty? Oh, no, he's gone again. Yeah.
Yep. It's that Arkansas internet. Come on, Marty.
Yeah, I'll just put him in the back till he
Okay.
Yeah,
gets back
Spagnuolo.
here. What about like Tony Sperano?
Tony.
had some
I was
name,
heavy. I was heavy into The Sopranos when he was coaching.
Oh, God. It's one of the greatest shows ever, man.
Oh my God, Tony Soprano. Oh, that answers your question. How I felt about him.
Yeah.
He was fucking hilarious, dude.
Touchdowns and Tokes, the best fat head coaches.
Andy Reid.
Andy
Reid.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT.
We
The
agreed
goat
again,
of the
Ben.
fat
What the
head
fuck's
coaches.
going on here?
Yeah. One of those kind of nice-
Zach, see, Marty, that's what happens when he talks back.
Best fat hit. I said Andy Reid.
I think that's it.
Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about McCarthy's looks.
No love for Rex
Holmgren,
Ryan. or-
Holmgren for that matter.
Holmgren,
Rex
yeah.
Ryan? Rex Ryan, maybe?
Oh, Rex Ryan, yes.
Rex and his brother.
Internet decided to take
That's
a
all
dump
good.
on itself
Ooh.
again. I was thinking there was a Cowboys coach
Oh,
that
I-
took over after Troy Aikman retired. I think it's Dave Campbell or something.
Marty. That one's aimed at you, buddy.
Might say my Falcon might not be great, but he's got a point there. Yeah, the internet and AT&T and the Dallas Cowboys have always something in common. When it really comes down to crunch time, they shit their pants.
What Jayhawks coach are you talking about there, touchdown?
Romeo. I think he means Cornell.
Oh,
Romeo Cornell.
He was-
Dirk Carter, I'll put him on that list, 100%.
Yeah, I can see that.
And Mike Smith, and anything else that we got from the leftover Falcons.
Dirk Cutter was the worst intern coach in NFL
Ever.
history. Yet he was the
Longest
longest intern coach in
too.
NFL
Yeah.
history. Oh, man.
Man, everything we get from the Falcons just seems to fall apart, doesn't it?
Well, you
That's the
better hope
Falcons.
Russell Gage doesn't do the same thing.
Oh,
yeah, I
God,
hope not.
please, no.
You just
Did
jinxed
good
that
in New
shit.
Orleans.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. Here, take my draft.
Yeah, give me the pothead from Texas. Yeah.
Mark Mangino.
Or what about Buddy Ryan? He was one
Oh,
of the
Rich
best back
Kotite.
coaches.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Buddy Ryan, yeah.
What about Rex Ryan's brother?
Rob Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
No, he never
Rob
was a
Ryan.
head coach, was
He
he?
never
He
was.
looks like a
Oh,
90s
defensive
WWE
coordinator.
manager.
Yeah.
He knew his limitations other than his brother didn't learn that shit.
No.
Okay, wait a minute. Rex Ryan was like the funnest head coach ever.
Yeah.
he gets-
Well, in the first few years, if I'm not mistaken, was when the Jets were making AFC championship games, right?
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. So it's like they won a bit when he was there, but
Tim Tebow.
yeah.
Come on.
And Mike Vick.
After watching him play in the NFL, actually, he says, "Okay, come on over here."
And we'll sometimes throw you in at quarterback, sometimes at tight end, sometimes at fullback.
God, that reminds me. We was talking about a few minutes ago about good combinations. What about Sanchez and the center's ass? That's an awesome combination.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What fumble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zanga said Rob walking the sidelines looking like the beast after he turned 60 and transformed back into a man after Bell left him for Gaston. I was sitting here and I was like, beast after he, where's this going? And I was like, oh.
He was beastly, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He looked like
That
a
hair and
Disney.
that gut. And,
How about Buddy Ryan and fucking Mike Dick of fucking duking it out?
oh.
Oh, I love that. I can go back and watch that over and over.
Talk about dysfunction inside your fucking locker room, though.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Look at Alex. Oh, cute. Hey, guys.
Is he sleeping again?
Yeah,
No.
he's flipping.
try that shit.
I knew I was about to say this is a joke. He's probably taking a shit.
He's shombering.
Just shombering along.
Yeah.
Gonna walk back 5 pounds lighter.
Okay, so
Damn,
we
man.
didn't have our guest on tonight, people. We're going to do another draft next week. Yay!
No.
Yeah.
And if any of you guys missed out on our last 3 drafts, send in your email information and we will get you hooked up, maybe, in our
I'll
next.
be like
We'll
Ryan
try.
Reynolds. I'll be like Ryan Reynolds. Definitely, maybe.
Oh, I ain't asking you, man.
I tell you what, if Ben joins, I'll join. I want to go against Ben in fantasy football.
Oh, Ben ain't going to join. You forget
He ain't
about
gonna
that.
join.
He had us waiting on him for fucking 2 weeks, man. Yeah, I'll join. I'll send it.
Oh,
in.
is
All right.
Alex never
isn't that
saw
what a
it.
fantasy is? Teasing.
Kind of like Ben and his razor blade.
Huh?
What?
Talking about teasing. Talking about
Sling blade?
Ben and his razor blade.
Say sling
Dave
blade?
His
Shula.
ra-
I didn't even know Dave Shula coached. I remember when he was a water boy.
Dave Shula coached the Bengals, didn't he?
Did he?
The Bengals. I thought it was.
I'm not sure on that one.
Yeah, I was like, I have no idea.
Well, David Moser's right. He did coach in the NFL. I think it's the Bengals.
Huh.
Hmm.
I remember him as a water boy. That's all I remember him as.
Ramona.
He
So when
he
Andy
coached the
Reid is on
Bengals.
sideline, his play calls,
Yeah.
he's actually looking at.
He coached
A
the
menu
Bengals
from the
from
Waffle House.
1992 to 1996
Yep.
with a
Waffle
record
House,
of
yeah.
19 and 52.
Cool.
Damn.
Thank you, Alec. Yeah.
Sounds like some
Good
Lions records there. That's almost Matt
does.
Patricia's record.
You ain't lying.
But at least the Lions games were a little bit
Such high
closer.
private eye.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ramona. Jesus.
Touch. That's the thing I take offense about. He only had a touch.
PP touch.
Now, how did you make that sexual, man? What in the
Don't turn us on
hell?
me. Don't
We're
turn us on me,
talking about
Mr. Tight
Down
End.
syndrome, and he all of a sudden is pee touch, and he's not live either. So I guess
We can't see the shit-eating grin he has on his face.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You know what? We can see it right there.
Fuck you.
He was the fastest head
You-
coach to lose 50 games. Okay.
You want to
Dave,
see? You want to see a Canadian grin? There you go. Depression, right? Got it.
Well, I guess it's time to
Canada,
bring
eh?
out a picture, man.